Yes, my people. Welcome to another episode of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles, with me, your boy, Big PROZECH. I hope you are well. Thank you for all of those that managed to watch our most recent episode, and for those that didn't, feel free to go check that out on all digital podcast platforms and obviously on YouTube as well. Okay, now there's been a few bits that have happened in the culture this week. Or in and around the culture this week, and I thought, you know what, let's have a quick chat about those things before we get into the main interview. Now, firstly, on the 25th of April, apparently the final Travis Scott Jordan 1 dropped. Okay, the olive. Now, before you ask, not me changing my sex on sneakers and trying to cop this women's only drop, yeah, and coming up with absolutely nothing, G. Right, so yeah, I'm not bitter in any way, right? But I thought, you know what, woman's only drop or not, now's a great time for us to look at the body of work, which is the Jordan 1 Travis Scott collaboration, and rank them from worst to best. Now, I'm going to say something to you, and I'm going to look you directly in the eyes when I say this. This is my list, right? And I stand on the list in full conviction. I'm very happy with the list, right? If you disagree with the list, go and call your mum. I'm joking. Don't do that. I'm joking, right? Obviously, if you disagree with the list, just leave a very polite comment in the comments and I will holler at you. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the rankings. Now, there have been 7 Jordan 1 Travis Scott collaborations or silhouettes, right? Coming in at number 7. Can you guess it? Probably not. Or maybe you can. Yes, coming in at number 7, it is the Fragment High. Yes, I'm talking about the Fragment High. For me, color blocking on the high with the blue, it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. Yeah. I wouldn't go as far to say it's a terrible shoe, but I'm not looking for that shoe any time soon. So yeah, that comes in at number 7. Number 6 is the Olive Low, right? Some of you may be thinking, that's a fairly decent colorway. Maybe there's some recency bias. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I did not manage to cop and it was a woman's only. So maybe because I didn't get the chance on the final Travis Scott Jordan 1 drop to even get a chance. I didn't even get a chance. Yeah, because I have these massive size 12 feet. I didn't even really stand a chance to cop. Right, and you're may probably thinking to yourself, why did you go for the thing in the first place? Well, yeah, I'm ranking, so there's going to be a number 1, and maybe I could have used the money from number 6 to pay for a number 1, right? Just being real, right? Anyway, Olive's coming at number 6. Number 5 is the Phantom Low. Now, the Phantom Low is a fairly inoffensive shoe. It's an all black Jordan 1 Low. Can't really go wrong on that. It's not really offensive in any way, shape, or form. Kind of the upscale version of a black cat, right? So quite popular, I'd imagine, at least it will become quite popular over the years. And it seems a lot of people managed to cop. But I thought it was a bit of a cash grab, if I'm being honest. And I thought it was a little lazy. And that's one of the reasons why it comes in at number 5. Now, number 4 is the Mocha Low, one of the early Jordan 1 Travis Scott collabs. Very, very cool shoe. Nothing negative to really say about this shoe. I just thought, the ones that managed to go above it or go higher in the rankings, for me, I felt they were bringing a lot more to the table than the Mocha Low. But yeah, nothing wrong with the Mocha Low. It's a great shoe. So shout out to the Mocha Low and all the Mocha Low lovers, right? Coming in at number 3. Now, this is 3rd spot. It's a big deal. We've got the Reverse Mocha. The Reverse Mocha is an absolute banger. Can't be denied. The sail, the sort of like light brown curry sort of suede, like Nubuck, I don't know. I always get confused with those. but it's a very, very nice shoe. Super, super nice shoe. It's an absolute banger and a very, very clean, very, very clean shoe. Very, very clean shoe. And yeah, it comes in at number 3. Now, number 2, yeah, we're in the upper echelon right now in the number 2 spot, we've got the OG. We've got the Mocha High, with that iconic backward swoosh. Now, obviously, all of them had the backward swoosh, but this is the granddaddy of them all. This is the one that started the movement with the brown and the black backward swoosh, and it's a big deal. Brought brown to the forefront in terms of a colorway that people would look at and say, you know what, this is a color that we needed on a shoe and we didn't even realize it. And it also gave birth to one of my favorite copycats from Nike, the dark mocha as well. So yeah, very, very cool. We needed the brown. We didn't know we needed the brown, and the backward swoosh was absolutely impeccable. Okay, and now it's the number 1. I mean, you know it. I know it, right? This is 100% one of the shoes that is currently on my girl list. And before it's all said and done, it shall be mine. Yes, I am talking about the Jordan 1 Fragment and Travis Scott Low. Yes, that shoe, mwah, chef's kiss, impeccable shoe, bombastic shoe, delectable shoe, completely decadent. The blacks, the whites, the sails, the blues. Throw on them pink laces and you're absolutely having a laugh. It's an amazing shoe. So guys, let me know what you think. I think that's the best shoe that's come out of this Jordan 1 Travis Scott collaboration. Nay, I think that's the best Travis Scott shoe ever. That's the one, right? You let me know whether you agree or whether you disagree in the comments below or on social media. Feel free, you know how to get at me. It's PROZECH on all of them, right? And I'm happy to discuss why you're wrong. Now, let's move on to the next item in our agenda. People, I've got a little review for you, man. It's been a long time since I did a review on the channel. I thought this is a shoe that I managed to pick up that was worthy of a review. So I wanted to bring it back. So yes, I have a review for you people. Now, the shoe that I'm reviewing for you today is, you can probably see it in the background, it's this, people. Now, let me put it in front so you can really see it. There you go. In all its glory. Yeah? As you can see in hand, I have the deep royal blue in the Run the Jewels Nike SB collaboration. Yes, this is a Run the Jewels collaboration. Right? On the 20th of April, I managed to cop. Now, the shoe dropped on the sneakers app, and I know you're all asking, I can hear you shouting from afar, did you manage to cop on sneakers? What do you think? You already know I'm shadow banned, so I didn't cop on sneakers. Shout out to the guys over at Route One. I managed to cop using their amazing platform. So yeah, shout out to them man over there, right? And for those that don't know, Run the Jewels is a hip hop duo featuring LP and Killer Mike. Right, LP and Killer Mike. The shoe retailed at £115 ish, which is $130, and resales for about £200 or around $220 in my size, right? And I'm talking about UK size 12, US 13. Now let's talk about the shoe itself. Now the shoe, as you can see, is an SB low, right, first and foremost. Interesting upper, full suede, different tones of blue, so real tonal upper. You've got full suede, but then you've got some leather on the tongue and on the back as well. You've got this gold detailing here and some gold actually on the tongue as well. You've got this active pink swoosh on both sides, as you can see. And one of the most interesting things about the shoe is you've got this blue translucent mid slash outsole, which also encases some custom artwork inside, which I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you guys can see that as well. So all in all, a very interesting shoe. Oh, apparently, yes. I don't know if you can see that as well. There's also some custom artwork in on the insole as well. So all in all, a really cool shoe. There was also another shoe that was part of this pack. There was a SB Dunk High, which was called Active Pink and Black. And then on that particular shoe, which is very, very interesting, I thought I'll put a photo. They actually had a gold lace debray, which was on here, which I was sad that didn't come on the low because I was really looking forward to see that. It was kind of in the shape of that thing that's on the inside there. But yeah, all in all, a really cool looking shoe. Very, very interesting. You know, the thing about me and SBs, right, is I don't have SBs in my collection. And I always wonder myself, like, why don't I have an SB in my collection? Like, I love the Chunky Donkey, like the Travis Scott SB low. That's a banger as well. There are a lot of really cool Dunk Low SBs. So why don't I have one in my collection? And then I get one, right? And then I put it on, right? Quite comfortable. Can't deny the comfort. And you know, I'm the comfort king, so that's really, really important. But the other thing that it's not for me, unfortunately, is it's not slick on my feet. It looks super, super bulky. And on my big boy, thick boy ankles, you know, it just doesn't flow the way I want it to flow. It doesn't give me the same kind of silhouette as a regular dunk low, right? And because of that, it's kind of difficult for me. Run the Jewels wasn't a collaboration I was thinking about or building fits around a few months prior to the drop. It just came about and I realized, you know what, this is a really cool looking shoe. I went for it and I managed to cop. That being said, I really like the shoe. I really, really like the shoe. Okay, so what I've got to give it a ranking, guys. I've got to give it a ranking, and you know how I rank on the channel. I mean, for the things that I've done in the past, the way that I rank is a derivative of the classic cop or drop, or drip, flip or skip. Shout out to the guys over at Full Size Run. Yeah, we respect and honor all of you, man. Legends in the game. But mine's slightly different. Mine's cop that, stop that, and shot that. Cop that basically meaning I love the shoe. I'm gonna hold on to the shoe. Stop that meaning stop that. It's a terrible shoe. Get it away from me. And shot that, which is London vernacular for I'm gonna sell the shoe and realize some of those beautiful profits. And I've got to be honest. Even though I like the shoe, as I said, once I put it on, I realized SB lows are probably not for me. And there's a little bit of money to be made, as I alluded to earlier. So I think the decision was fairly simple. I'm gonna shot that. I'm gonna shot that. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below about the Run the Jewels collab, both the deep royal blue and the active pink. Um, Also, let me know what you guys think about these segments that I've added to the overall interview. I mean, I like them. I kind of switch it up and do different things every week. But let me know what your thoughts. If you've got any ideas on some things that I could do, please feel free. Let me know in the comments below or hit me up on social media. You already know how to do it. It's PROZECH on everything, right? And yeah, holler at your boy. Now, you know we only deal with illustrious guests on Kicks Chronicles, but the key to what we do here at Kicks Chronicles is our focus isn't on how big your collection is, but how deep your connection is to the culture. Now, this week we're speaking to my boy, my brother in Christ, and my friend, Sosa. Now, on this channel, I've had the opportunity, and we get the opportunity to speak to content creators, influencers. We've spoken to a lot of influencers and even a few CEOs. Now, Sosa doesn't bear any of those particular titles, but when it came to educating me, man like PROZECH, when it came to educating me about the lay of the land in terms of sneakers, when it came to giving me an understanding of how a raffle works and what a first come first serve is and what a Yeezy is versus a Jordan 1, all of these different things, when it came to me understanding retail, resale, and all of these different elements of the culture, I went to him. He gave me the lowdown, and for that I'll always be indebted. As such, I think it's only right that we find out where that love for sneakers truly came from. We delve into his sneaker history as we always do and find out what drew him to the game, his love for the Nike Huarache, the Total 90. Yes, I said the Total 90, which is an Astro turf. Yeah, your boy like Sosa used to walk around in Astro turfs and got a little bit of clout from it from the girls in secondary school. I don't know if I fully believe him, but we're gonna let him cook. We're gonna let him cook on that one. He also loves the Sacai Vapoir Waffle. Yeah, apparently that's his favorite shoe, which, I mean, it's a very, very cool shoe. You bring it all the way up to the modern day and find out what's currently in his rotation, his latest pickups, his opinion on the culture and what's currently going on. We also do a real deep dive on the Kanye situation, as if you could get any deeper, but we really get deep in it, and it was a very, very interesting conversation. We also talk about some of the brands that he's expecting big things from in 2023 and some of his sneaker icks. All in all, once again, an amazing guest. Sosa was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed having a chat with him, and yeah, I'd love to have him back on the podcast one day. I'm sure we'll have him back on the podcast one day. An interview that I found, I loved it. An interview that I loved and I really enjoyed, and one that I hope you find interesting and entertaining. And with all of that being said, this is Kids Chronicles. I'm your boy PROZECH, and our guest this week, our illustrious guest this week, our awesome guest this week, is the impeccable Sosa. Enjoy. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH in the building, and I'm here with my boy, Big Sosa, right here, right now.
Yes,
you get me? We did it, bro. We did it. We finally did it.
I know, bro. It's been a long time coming. My bad,
It's been a long time coming,
but
man.
We're here, man.
We're here, man. God is good. We got Sosa in the building. For me, I refer to Sosa as the kit connoisseur, bro. He's a different kettle. His thing is different gravy, you get me? So I'm looking forward to having a quick chat and getting into sneaker history with you, bro. So yeah, let's do that, bro. Let's do that, man. We need to take it right back to the beginning. We need to find out what that first love was. What was that shoe that said to you, bro, you gotta have me. You gotta bring me into the thing, man. I'm gonna set you up.
You know what? It's so funny, yeah. The trainer I'm about to mention is gonna be so left field and juvenile. But honestly, the first trainer that honestly captured my heart was a pair of they're like this black pair of Action Man trainers, you know?
Action Man trainers.
Action Man,
yes.
Bro.
Okay.
Yes, bro. My mum it wasn't my mum, my older sister. I think it was probably my mum because I was like in year 2, so my older sister wouldn't have money like that. But there was this catalog called Littlewoods. You remember Littlewoods, the Littlewoods magazine?
Yeah, catalog. Oh, Littlewoods was #1. That was elite.
Yeah, bro. So literally, there was one day she just let me pick a pair of trainers, and it was the Action Man thing with the glow up. When you used to step down the road, they'll all be glowing up, lighting up, and that.
Yeah.
With the orange lights on the side. Yeah, bro. Honestly, that's my first trainer that captured my heart. Still. Yeah,
you gotta respect that, man. That's super nostalgic, man, because that kind of gives me like LA Gear vibes and that kind of thing there, bro. You get me? Like, because when I was in primary school, my nephew had a pair of LA Gears, and I was super jealous of the lights on there. I have to be real.
Yeah.
Like, so now I vibe with that, man. There was definitely a time and season in in a child's life where
Yeah,
the lit up soul was definitely a vibe.
yeah,
You get me? So it can't
bro.
be denied. It can't be
Then
denied.
it went from the light up soul to the remember the sketches with the rollerblades on the bottom, like you could glide
My
on them.
God.
Yeah, bro.
My
I'm
God.
taking it
Is
back
that
today.
you? Sosa?
Nah, not me. I wasn't.
Just,
I
just
ain't went as far as
sashaying
the
down
light.
the road.
I wish, bro.
Oh
I
my
wish.
days,
And I had
bro.
the confidence
No, I
back
remember
though.
those though. I remember those.
Yeah.
Do you know the maddest thing about the shoes with the wheels in the side? For some reason, I associate them in my mind with Usher. I think there was like a video where he
Yeah.
rocked a shoe, something like that. And I remember like when I was
Yeah.
younger days, like so
Yeah.
God is in control. But yeah, I went to one club and I saw. I went to one club and I remember this guy was rocking some like bulky shoes, and I was like, bro, what are you rocking these shoes in this place for, man? This fine establishment, he's rocking these shoes. And then all of a sudden, when the dance battle started, I realized why he came
No way. Became prepared, yeah.
premeditated, bro. He had the kicks on. And
That is
when the time was right, bruv, I remember him, yeah, he literally just like ran to one side and then just like, you know, that run up and then stop, and he healed up, bruv, and he was going
no.
like this at the same time while gliding
Hey,
past everybody, and everyone was
bro.
going nuts.
You're from a different era, bro. I can't relate. That wasn't happening. That wasn't happening at my establishments, bro. I must say.
Shut up,
I
man.
must say. Different era, bro.
Bruv, don't tell me about different era, bro. This guy's a funny guy, bro.
I love
I love that for you. And that's
I love
amazing
it, bro,
for you,
honestly,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
man.
that's amazing for you, old man. Still, I remember, man, acting like this guy don't know, man. B2K, what you got served, all that vibe there, man. That's what that guy was.
Yeah.
That's the wave he was on. You get me, man?
I hear it.
I think I just got it. I think I just got in. I think it was like, I think I was one of the youngest people there. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so Action Man.
Yeah.
Action Man is a
bro.
vibe. Yeah.
And honestly, after that, I moved on to the Huaraches. Remember the Huaraches? The first
Yes, of
pair, the strap
course.
at the front.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
man.
course, man. So the
2003,
beat ones.
2003?
Yeah, the beat ones, yeah. Yeah, no, I respect it, I respect
Yeah.
it. Because there was definitely a season where they were super popular.
Yeah.
And the only rule there was that you can't do up that strap at the front. So did you
Exactly.
did you break the rule, or did you fall in line?
I'll be completely honest with you, bro. I never actually had a pair to myself. I never
You just
owned a
love
pair.
them. I respect
But
it.
I admired them. I admired them from a distance. You get me?
Yeah, no, I
Especially
respect it.
they had the navy and yellow pair that came out, and then they had like
Wow.
the grey and red. I can't remember the other ones, but those were the two that really, I'd see guys wearing them down the street. I'd be like, wow, you actually got them. Yeah, say nothing. Just look up
Do
to
you
our
know what?
mum. She'll just face her friend. Paying me no mind, bro.
I respect it, man. There's certain kicks that are really sort of like when you go back in your mind's eye to a time and season, you can really see them vividly. Like,
Yeah.
Along that same line, like when you were growing up, like what area did you grow up in?
Southeast London, so like Camberwell.
Camberwell, I respect it. So
Yeah.
like when you were growing up, like in terms of like the shoes that were most popular in your ends, what do you see? Like, or when you were going to school and all of that sort of stuff, what was the shoe that you used to see the most of?
Well, if we're talking about primary school days, then as I said, the Huaraches, Air Forces. No,
Of
actually,
course.
back then it wasn't really an Air Force thing in primary school yet, you know. I would say it was the
Really?
Huaraches. Yeah, it was what else did we there was a funny point in school where your AstroTurfs would double as your football kick and your
My
drip
God.
kick, bro. Yeah, bro. Total 90. Remember the Total 90s? Total 90
That was
wave.
the one. That was
Yeah,
the
bro.
one. The Total 90 was the thing. That was, you know what? That shoe definitely got a lot of people in trouble.
Yeah,
Because even
bro.
though like maybe in certain schools there was the respect attached, but certain other schools did not get
Yeah.
respect for rocking your Astro Turfs with your trousers, bro. Just
No,
moving
bro,
around with
no.
Astro
Bro,
Turfs.
you say that, but in primary school, well, at least in my primary school,
Yeah.
the girls that I'm dating, yeah, it's like, oh, you got the total 90s, what the fresh joint, oh, you got the
Wow.
silver and
So
the silver and red joint.
you man were actually getting
Yeah,
love for rocking total 90s with your
yeah,
school trousers,
bro.
bruv. Yeah, different times, man. I
Yeah,
don't know
bro.
nothing about that. Don't
Different
know nothing
times.
about that. Different times.
They were
Them man were a lot
versatile,
more
bro.
accepting. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
super versatile. I've always like had a real affinity for certain like football boots. Obviously, I don't know whether you're a football guy. I don't know whether you get into that, but
Nah, no, not really.
over the years, like I've had like I feel like it's just a peel off from loving kicks in general, but like
Yeah,
certain football boots were live, man, and the total 90s were definitely a vibe, man. Like did their thing,
yeah.
man. I think like
Predators
R9
as
and them,
well.
man, Predators were out there as well, man. They did their thing,
Yeah,
like the Vapors and all that. So there's
yeah,
definitely I get the appeal because they had some nice colorways, but yeah, the movement
yeah.
is breezy. I can't lie, even at a young age, man. Somebody
Yeah,
needed to
bro.
step in and make that right, man. But it's calm. We've come through it. You get me?
We'll transition to secondary school. Let's move on to secondary school. Things got a bit
Ah,
better.
yeah, talk
Things
to
got a
me.
bit better.
Talk to
Yeah.
me. Talk to me. Talk to me. What happened in secondary school?
Secondary, obviously, again, was
What
in
was popular?
Camberwell.
Mm.
What kicks were popular? Obviously, we had to wear the kickers or the wallabies into school, innit? But on own clothes day, when we got to flex a little bit, show a bit of our personality, it would probably consist of Air Forces at this point now, you know?
Okay.
Air Forces, but people weren't like exclusively into the straight like black or white Air Forces. These are the times where obviously Nine Elms, Vauxhall Market, all of that is crazy. Everybody just discovered,
Popping.
right? Man,
Popping.
yeah, it's popping, bro. You know when they were coming with these funny colorways, bro. Remember those transparent Air Forces that everybody used to
Yes.
think were like exclusive American joke. Bro, you were coming to school, bro. You got the Air Forces on now. If the socks aren't making sense, bro, it's like, your things are see-through,
Bro.
bro.
Nah,
What's up with the socks, bro?
there were so many
Hella
off
deep.
color.
Yeah,
There were so many off color, off brand Air
yeah,
Force Ones, bro, out there, man.
yeah,
In the wild,
yeah.
man. Just making no sense to anyone. But the funny thing is, at that time, because the internet wasn't as popping to the point where we knew every single colorway officially and blah blah
Yeah,
blah. Like certain people would get love off of that, man. It is what it is, man. People weren't clocking people's kicks
yeah.
as hard as that. But yeah, man,
Nah,
there were certain markets that just definitely went in. And the thing is, an
East
Air Force
Street.
One is such a clean colorway to copy, man. If
Yeah,
that's the thing I think I was even having this discussion because sometimes we talk about fakes and stuff like that, and I was like, you
mm,
know, of the silhouettes that people out here faking, like nobody's gonna pick up on a fake Air Force One. No one's gonna pick up on a fake
it's very
Nike Dunk.
difficult. It's very difficult.
Like them man that have been doing fake dunks and fake Air Force Ones have been doing them for the last like 20, 35. Like they've been doing them for
And
so
to be
long.
fair, that's how Bape started off with the counterfeit Air Force One.
Well, I mean,
So
I was
even
literally having this
yeah,
discussion a few days ago about the Bape. Like,
yeah.
initially, everyone thought they were counterfeit. Everyone thought they were just like
But they
one
were
random
originally there
company
was
doing
like a
their thing.
little there was like a bootlegging like trend back in the day, like early 2000s, if you remember, where
Mm.
they would replace the tick just with different symbols, bro.
Oh
So
no, I
Bape,
didn't know that.
yeah, so Bape was part of the wave. Then like they had like the LV ones, like the counterfeit LVs back in the day
See,
before the versions was
I
out.
remember the counterfeit LVs. I remember the counterfeit Gucci's,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking I see
yeah,
them, and I'm like, these don't look official. Even though they're using the print, they don't look official. But
yeah,
bro, like these men that are wearing them are official, so it's a bit of I
yeah,
might be gonna chat to them
yeah,
about that. Nah, let's let it go.
yeah.
Let's let that one
No,
go,
bro.
man. You get me? But
Yeah,
yeah, I've seen a lot of those, especially in markets and that. You see them out there. But a lot of them are like like, I don't know if you want to call them black market. I think they're more grey market because some of these things are done officially, but then officially, unofficially. You get me?
Sure.
They're done like
Sure.
in the right factories, but just not sold through the retailer.
Exactly.
So where they're using the right materials, but like the channels,
Yeah.
like obviously got out through the back door or whatever like that. So like, yeah, I definitely saw a lot of people rocking like some interesting unofficial colorways from Nike, some unofficial things, merchandise from Burberry. Burberry got their thing. Anything that had any printable designer definitely was out there on the scene still. But yeah, I want to ask you. No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. There was a few, but I remember definitely Air Force was very prevalent because it was such an easy silhouette to copy. You get me? Like, and I think the thing that I want to ask you about is because you kind of mentioned it earlier as well, like sort of growing up in Camberwell, coming from an African background, like I don't know whether kicks would have been like the main priority in the yard, like looking up to your mum and with the guys with the Huaraches and that. Like it's not happening, mum. Like, but I understand why. You get me? Like we have to understand why. But when you were growing up, did you ever have to go through what I refer to as the unholy grails?
Unholy grails. I'm assuming.
Do you want me to explain, or do you know where we're going with this?
Break it down for me, bro.
Did you smell me?
I think I think I see where you're going, but break it down for me, bro, just so I'm clear.
No problem. So when I say unholy girls, I mean like them off-brand sort of similar to like the plimsolls, maybe a Gola, bullboy kicks, high tech. You know, Dunlop. You know, someone told me that if the guy that makes the tires for your for your car is making your shoes, you've gone the wrong direction somewhere. A mistake has been made. Avia, Ascot tracks, Adore.
Wow, you're really deep.
Did you ever have to pass? Bro, no, man. I mean, I did my research. Do any of them sort of like work their way into the rotation?
Honestly, bro, nah, not anything you're referring to at the moment.
Be honest. I told you, bro, like it's okay. Bro, you're in a safe place. You're in a safe place,
bro. I voluntarily disclosed the fact that I grew up wearing Action Man trainers, bro. Trust me, if I was wearing some off-brand stuff, you would know, bro. But in all honesty, nah. The most off-brand I ever got. No. Honestly, no. I didn't like. I'll be completely honest with you. Like every once a year, my mum would take us to JJB Throwback for those that know about JJB Sports. Go there, and then we'll get one pair of trainers for the year. So it would be regular, like I don't know, Addy Colors, Total 90s, Air Forces, Air Max 90s. No 110s though; they were a bit too expensive. But yeah,
of course, yeah.
No, we'll get one solid pair a year. And then you hold that, innit? Whatever. Oh, if your shoe starts talking halfway through the year, you have to hold that, bro. What can I say?
You have to hold that.
Hold that, man. Well, I thought I saw some glue in the drawer earlier that you might be able to sort yourself out with a super glue thing. That's literally what it would be, bro. Yeah. You have to hold that until the next year, bro.
So what I want to do now is I want to sort of come to your sort of more modern day current rotation, understand what's in your collection. And I do this by asking the set of questions I refer to as the EST of KIC. And when I refer to the EST, I'm referring to the oldest, the newest, the rarest, most expensivest, the cheapest, the best. Those types of kicks that I'm referring to, you get me? So let's start off with once again, let's start off with the oldest shoe you currently have in your collection.
Oldest shoe? That's a bit of a techie one. Probably Yeezy 500s, you know?
Yeezy 500s. What colorway on the 500s?
Utility black.
Yeah, that's calm. Yeah, I've got them like right on the top, man. I've got them on the restock, man. The utility black is super, super hard shoe, man.
Yeah,
super
I got the
hard
original
shoe.
drop back in 2018.
2018. When Yeezys first dropped, like, I suppose it was like 2015, 2016, that sort of era,
Yeah.
right? Like, was you on it straight away? Was you an early adopter, or did it take a little while for it to sort of like make sense to you?
You know what it is, bro? I've always seen the vision with Kanye, yeah, even back when he was when he dropped the original Yeezys with LV. Well, he didn't call them Yeezys, but it was like
They were
the
like the Jaspers or something, right?
yeah. Then he done the Yeezys with Nike, the Yeezy
Mm.
ones and the Yeezy twos. I wasn't really feeling the Nike era, if I'm completely honest with you. I felt the Louis Vuitton era.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really like.
Really?
No, I didn't like them, bro. I didn't like them. I
That
wasn't a
is
fan.
interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. They look too like basketball trainers. They look too much like basketball trainers to me, man.
I feel like that's the vibe that they were going for. I feel like
Yeah,
obviously it's Air Yeezy, right? So they were
yeah.
they had a bit more of a bulk to them. But yeah, the Yeezy 2s, the Air Yeezy 2s are, so I feel like they're probably the best shoe that he's ever made. Like, but
You
I'm
reckon?
heavy in the Adidas. Yeah, I think the Air Yeezy 2 is the best shoe he's ever made. Although, like Red Octobers, the Solars, Pure
Yeah.
Platinums, like I feel like they're super, super hard. I
Mm,
haven't put them on. I don't know what they were that I like to rock, but like just from pictures and from handling the shoes, like I got a chance to hold a Red October a couple of years ago. It's mad, isn't it?
fair.
When you get
Yeah.
this chance to hold something, like you've been trying to hold it, it's pair of
Yeah.
shoes, whatever. Like, but yeah, and it was crazy up front. Like, so I was like, yeah, this shoe is crazy. But like, yeah, I move heavy in the Adidas era, man. I was definitely feeling
Yeah.
his Adidas kicks. So yeah.
No.
So you feel like his best era was the Louis V era, and then the Adidas era.
Yeah, because again, it was a similar. I was in a similar situation to where I was at in primary school, where I was like an admirer from a distance with the first
Uh-huh.
Adidas drop. So like we're talking about the Turtle Doves, the Pirate Blacks, the Moon Rocks, the original 350s. So I
Yeah,
was an admirer, but at that phase, I was in like my Jordan bag. I was still in my Jordan bag at that
really.
time. Yeah, I was bro heavy into Jordans
So
at
that
that
is
time.
interesting to me because like knowing you, I feel like I've known you probably like for the last, it's probably longer than I think, man. But it's definitely like 5 or 6 years. I want
Yeah,
to
I'll say
say,
like since
like
2017. Yeah,
yeah. We've definitely been about each other for a little
yeah,
while, like, and like I can't ever remember you seeing you wearing Jordans.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
so it is.
Because do you know what it was? Yeah. So obviously, I was wearing Jordans mainly in university, but I wasn't coming back to London. I wasn't coming down to London that much. So I spent 4 years in uni. So at the time, I'm wearing like Jordan 6 infrareds. I'm wearing what
Wow,
else am I
yeah,
wearing? That was my favorite Jordan of all time at that point.
yeah. The six is
I'm
hard.
wearing
That
everything.
infrared is crazy.
I'm wearing Jordan 9s. I'm wearing not so much Jordan 3s and 4s.
Nines.
Yeah, I'm wearing Jordan 9s, 8s. Well, why do you react to 9s? Like, what's wrong with the 9s, bro?
Oh,
You
bruv.
know about the 9s. You might have
I
to
mean,
pull out the 9s, bro.
I've seen
Nah,
a few colorways, bro, but that nine don't make sense to me, bro.
no, the 9s,
That nine
bro.
is.
You know it was. In certain colorways, the 9s made sense, bro. In certain colorways. But you know
All
it was.
right,
Yeah,
I'll take your word for that, bro.
at that time, Jordan, they were dropping Jordans every single week. And
Hmm.
I was literally just copying Jordans every other week, bro. I was just,
So how were you copying them at those times?
uh, at the time, Foot Locker was pretty
Really?
reliable. Yeah.
I
Where
think I
else?
got my
Like
first pair of
Size.
Jordans in Foot Locker. Really? So
Yeah.
this is all happening, like, and I was totally oblivious because I feel like for me, like I started getting into Jordans. I feel like I got my first. Well, actually, maybe it does make sense because I feel like I got my first pair of Jordans maybe like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
I went for the bread 11s. I
Yeah.
still got those.
I was in that era, like the Gamma 11s. Remember the Gamma,
Yeah, Gamma Blue,
yeah,
Gamma Blue.
Gamma
So
Blue
that was when I
Gammas.
got
Yeah.
into Jordans. That was when
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
into Jordans, but I wasn't able to get the Gamma. Do you know what the maddest thing with the Gamma Blues is? Like,
Mm,
I actually remember it so vividly. That morning, I said to myself, you know what? Because I think I'd already copped the
yeah.
11s, or I'd at least known in my heart that that's the shoe that I was trying to get. Because I even told a story on the podcast recently of like I traveled to China and then onto Hong Kong to try and see if I could cop these kicks. Realizing, that when you go over to those countries, that very rarely do they have shoes above a size 10. You get me? Like, so it was just like, it was almost, it's not one of them things you read on the Google before you get there. Like, there's barely any people over a size 10 in these countries. So it was a bit like, I did end up copping some kicks, but I wasn't able to get the ones I wanted or whatever. And you're not trying to buy Jordan 11s in the wrong size. That's definitely not happening, right? Yeah, for real. But yeah, when I came back to the UK, I think I ended up getting them for my birthday one year. And yeah, no, it was definitely a vibe. So I feel like the timeline's definitely right. But yeah, man, that's cool, man. Is that the only reason I'm asking is because, I've known you for a while. And even to now, I'm like, oh, bro, I feel like your vibe is definitely like, in terms of style and like an aesthetic, it's definitely a more like, athleisure style, like, but also like with a construction element, and like there's a lot of like stony, there's a lot of like like carbos, layering and stuff like you've got like, and to be honest, like I vibe with your style, like you already know, man. I vibe with your thing heavy, man. I feel like it's very, very hard. Yeah. I feel like it's very, very hard still. So yeah, when I put that with Jordan, which kind of makes sense now in 2023 because you can do all of that now, but it just didn't line up for me. But that's calm though. The influence sixes are crazy. Yeah, always been crazy.
My favorite Jordan. Favorite Jordan.
Yeah, I think the 6 for me, is undercover. Like if I was listing my favorite Jordans, I would probably start with the 11, go to the 1, then probably say. I'll probably then say the either the 4 or the 6.
Sure.
I'll probably say the 4 or the 6, right?
Bread fours?
Say again?
Bread fours?
Yeah, 100%. Like bread fours, like, yeah, definitely. And then the 3s get in there somehow at the back end, but I'm not as massive on the 3s as I am on the 6s. I feel like the 6s, in terms of like the smoothness of the silhouette, is definitely calm. Yeah, what's your list on the Jordans then? Talk to me about your like maybe like your top 3, top 4. Like what's your numbers?
Bro, I had to pull up the Depop, because after university I liquidated all of my assets, bro. I got rid of all of the Jordans. That's when I switched over to the Yeezy era. You get me? So I've got all of the kicks.
But like what's
up now.
Okay, so in terms of like your favorite, your Jordan 6, number 1. But like after the Jordan 6, what else were you feeling?
Yeah, so it was Jordan 6. Then I would say, see, this is the thing, but my mind always changes. Well, as of this moment, I would say Jordan 6, Jordan 4, Jordan 1. Yeah, that's definitely my top 3. And then we can throw in. Bro, but there's some throwaways that I actually liked as well, like the Jordan 7. This doesn't get that much love, but the Bordeaux's. You remember the Bordeaux Jordan 7?
Yeah, the 7 is hard. The 7 is hard. Yeah. And the Olympic joints, the Olympic 7s are hard as well. There's certain ones that have really good colorways, right? But just not in general. The whole thing wasn't as fire. Like a Jordan 1.
Silhouette,
Like a lot, pretty much all of them people are vibing with. Like nowadays, it's been over saturated, so it's a bit difficult now. But like in terms of like people just appreciating the silhouette, there's like the Jordan 1s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 3s, Jordan 11s. But then like there's certain other Jordans that are not as popular where they have like a certain colorway that people vibe with.
But see, this is the thing though, Zach. Yeah, I feel like when people like do their Jordan list and they say Jordan 1s, Jordan 4s, really Jordan 1s and 4s, and maybe throw 3s in there or 11s in there as well. I feel like those are the people that aren't really the true sneakers, bro. Those are the people that, because you see how Nike's pumping it now, so everybody's familiar. Jordan 1, Jordan 1, Jordan 4, Jordan 4. But bro, when you're talking about Jordan 7s, 8s, 9s, like Jordan 7 Raptors, bro, Like these are
Yeah,
heavy hitters, bro. We're talking about
yeah,
Jordan
they're super
5,
hard
the
colorways.
Oreo Jordan 5s. If you speak to a person that's naming their top 3 Jordans that really got into trainers, let's say, I don't know, post like just pre-COVID, like 2019, 2020, they're not gonna know about all of those ones, man. I feel like,
No,
yeah,
no, you're right.
yeah,
You're right, man. You're right.
yeah,
But the thing is, like, I think like I feel like in terms of um sneakers, there's a massive like journey of discovery. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to come
yeah,
out with. There's a lot to look into. You get
yeah,
me? Like, and the fact that I mean, there's 30 odd
yeah, yeah,
Jordans
yeah, yeah,
out
yeah,
there. Most people don't even know that.
yeah,
People are like,
yeah,
wait, there's more than 11.
yeah.
There's a Jordan 12, 13, like there's so many of them.
And then you
Like
get
just
to the
because
Team
obviously,
Jordans.
first of all, yeah, the Team Jordans as well, Jordan
Yeah,
Brand as well. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of like kicks that he didn't wear, that he didn't
mm,
actually play in, obviously that
yeah,
went past his career, that other people ended up playing in or whatever, that a lot of people
yeah,
don't really clock with. So it's like, a lot of people don't really vibe with it in that way. But I hear what you're saying though. I
yeah,
hear what you're
man.
saying, because I feel like sometimes I may fall into that category of like, well, I definitely vibe with a certain 7. I definitely vibe with a certain 12 and a 13.
Mm,
A Jordan 10 as well. Jordan 10's had a moment a few years ago where they did like city packs
yeah, yeah,
as well. Like there were certain ones that just you kind of vibe with for a little bit or whatever, but like, yeah, the 9's not really hitting for me. But the
yeah.
thing is, I'm open-minded in the sense of like, as opposed to, not every shoe that I like are shoes that I would own or rock, because I've got an
Sure.
aesthetic that I move to, you get me? Like, so I can
Yeah.
look at a shoe and say, I like that shoe
You
without
can appreciate it
necessarily
from
my
a
mind saying,
distance, right? Yeah.
yeah, exactly, without
Yeah.
necessarily thinking, oh yeah, I definitely need to buy that shoe. I don't have to buy every shoe that I like.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get me? Like, these are all design, like, works of art. You get me?
Exactly.
Like, so
Yeah, yeah.
like, you can appreciate, you go to the gallery, you appreciate things from afar, as you say. So yeah. So okay. So like working our way all the way back around, yeah, right. All this kick was the Yeezy. We went from Yeezy all the way to Jordan, but that's Kick
Yeah.
Chronicles
Yeah.
right there, bro. I love
Yeah,
that.
man.
Talk to me about your newest. What are the latest kick you picked up, man?
Latest kicks I picked up. I haven't really picked up. As I was telling you the other day, I'm more into the fashion stuff now, with the clothes and stuff. But in terms of
Mm.
latest kicks I've picked up, what have I picked up recently? Oh, to be fair, I did finally get the statics. I was very late on the statics, the Yeezy 700 V2 statics. My boy sorted me out with that for my birthday, so very happy to have
Okay,
him in
that's cool.
rotation now. Yeah, very humble
Yeah,
pair, but
yeah.
a good pair, good pair. But if I'm completely
Very
honest,
good
yeah,
pair.
not many new. Well, to be fair, I did pick up the Ricks the other day as well, the Rick Owens, Dark Shadows. Yeah, so it's more of a high end
So talk to
sneaker.
me. Yeah, this is it, man. So I mean, because I feel like
Yeah,
you're my in terms of like the high end kicks, because like
yeah,
as much as I was referring to your style earlier, like I feel like you turn it on as well. Like you
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
got that element to your game. You get me? Like, and the more sort of, when I refer to you as a kick connoisseur, that's really what I'm talking about, because you kind of touch, in terms of like,
versatile,
you
innit?
touch a little bit of the high, you know what I'm saying? You touch a bit of the
Yeah,
street, but also like a little bit of the more high
yeah,
fashion stuff. So yeah, your Rick Owens, like that's not really
yeah.
my vibe, man. But talk to me about that stuff. Like how did you get into that vibe, and sort of what's popping in that area for you now?
You know, it's with me. Yeah, I don't really like following like the hype, innit? I'm kind of what even got me like properly into like sneakers after the Jordan, like after my Jordan phase, was like that moment in time when Adidas was collaborating with these high-end fashion houses. Like if you remember the Adidas Raf Simons collab, the Oswegos, do you know about the
Yeah,
Oswegos?
definitely.
They even got them down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But the Oswegos, that these joints,
Strong with the Oswego.
and then the
Oswego
Raf,
is a respectable joint, by the way.
yeah, then the Raf Stan Smiths. That's what
Stan
kind of
Smith,
got
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what kind of got me into the designer stuff, because these fashion houses were collaborating with like these streetwear, well, like yeah, with like Adidas and Nike. So that's where that kind of that crossover lies for me, because I feel like when
Mm.
they do those kind of collabs, it makes the kick more timeless. Like especially when they when it's not as well known. So for instance, like the
Mm.
Sacai's, like with the Nike Sacai's,
Super hard.
that kind of vibe. So it's a bit of both. Like you can dress it up and you can dress it down, and it's like a bit of a
Mm.
timeless staple to have in the wardrobe. But in terms of like the just like bog standard high fashion stuff, I just like buying timeless pieces, bro. So with the Rafts, the silhouette was very similar, as you know, to the Converses. So I feel like
Mm.
they'll stand the test of time versus like being in like the fast fashion cycle. And then even with my Gucci Rifons, they're like a plain, like they're a little bit dad shoeish, but like they're plain, like pretty bog standard, goes with everything, just a cream color all around. Even with the Margellas, you know, like the
Margellas, bro. I
you
hear
know about
about
the
Margellas,
well,
man.
yeah, you know what the Margellas,
Yeah,
man. Come on,
man.
man. You know what the Margellas. So yeah, the Margellas. Like, I like the timeless stuff. I don't really like the hype stuff. Like for instance, I don't own any Balenciagas. Like, I don't have any
I hear that.
Balenciaga. Yeah, like the Triple S,
I hear
the
that.
you know, like the sock runner joint that they did. Not really
Yeah,
into those, man.
yeah.
I need it to be a bit more timeless than that before I really take that step and put my money up, bro. But yeah, I just as long as it's a timeless silhouette that I can dress up and dress down, that's what I'm into still.
So I think I actually vibe with what you're saying, because obviously there's a lot of logic behind your movement in that way, because essentially what you're doing is you're going to a brand that is obviously
Mm,
well known. You understand that they produce high quality stuff, but then
yeah,
you're looking for a silhouette that fits in with your aesthetic.
yeah,
But then you know how you're going to be able to use it. You know how you're
yeah,
going to be able to style it. So
yeah,
like it really, really makes sense. Like it's definitely a vibe. It's like, I feel like the thing that some people do is that they, when they start going into these sort of like more high end designer brands, they're looking for a triple S or something that's so outside of the norm that's going to get a huge amount of
yeah.
attention. All those Versace joints that had the jewels all on them or whatever. Like
Oh
these are things
yeah,
that
yeah. Chain
like they're
reactions.
not wearable. In my
Yeah,
chain reactions, exactly. Like these
yeah,
are things that they may get a lot of attention, but like over time,
yeah,
you're gonna find yourself having difficulty
yeah,
rocking them
yeah,
because they're not timeless, like you said. Like so, you need to
yeah,
think a little bit differently, man. And you refer to fast fashion, and it's true. I think one of the reasons why brands like Nike and Adidas and like companies like New Balance and stuff like that do so well is because they're producing silhouettes that are eminently wearable for the
yeah.
most part.
Exactly.
You get me? Like, and the most popular silhouettes are the ones that can be worn by anybody at any time.
Yeah,
And there's no issues in terms of like wearability. The difficulties come when you start pushing the boundaries in terms of design and
sure.
making things that are slightly less practical because you want them to look crazy or you want them to look amazing or
Yeah,
you're just pushing the
yeah,
boundaries. Whenever you try to push those boundaries, there's always a potential element of you can go over the edge and you can
yeah.
make a shoe that's not that wearable. An example of that I feel like was the Fear of God Nike ones.
Which
I feel
ones?
like that shoe, like the basketball
Oh, the
ones,
basketball.
the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
ones.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because obviously he had other ones. He had the Skylons and stuff, which are obviously very wearable. But like
yeah. The
the
high
Air
top.
Fear of Gods,
Yeah,
like the big one, the high top ones, yeah, right.
yeah,
Like to look at those shoes looked at a time they looked fantastic.
yeah. Very
But
clean.
then when I saw people trying to wear the shoe, you
Mm,
then realize the shoe wasn't super practical to wear.
yeah,
You get me? Like it's just one of them ones. Like I feel like obviously the biggest and best among us could definitely fit it out or whatever, make it work or whatnot. But in my
yeah.
mind, I was like, oh, but the shoe's not practical.
Sure.
And even though the shoe looks great, it's not practical to wear. And if it doesn't look
Yeah.
good while you're wearing it, then
Mm,
more often than not, you're not gonna draw for the shoe.
yeah,
You
yeah.
get me? Like,
Exactly.
and maybe it's them shoes that's the type of shoe that doesn't need to be drawn for every stop, but you still want to be
Yeah.
able to wear your shoes.
Yeah. No, I fully
You
hear
get
you,
me?
bro. I fully hear you. But it's a double-edged sword because, for instance, you've got the example you just given where it's more, I guess, form over function. But then you got a collaboration with like Nike and Sacai with the Vapor Waffles, bro. Looking at them,
Very wearable.
you would say these look like, I don't know, they may not be like comfortable because you know you got the weird sole and it, bro. Those are the most comfortable pair of
Do you
trainers
know
I
what?
own, bro.
I thought when I look at those shoes, so when you talk about the Vapor Waffle, and obviously they came out with the original waffles as well, which I think
LD.
definitely eased everybody in, right?
Yeah.
So the original Sacai drop, I'm saying with the multi and the wolf grey and stuff, that was everybody loved though. I remember the double soles and stuff. When they went to the Vapor Waffle, right, it definitely took on a new vibe. It went up a level, right? And that was the sorting the boys among the men, like just letting people know, like, who's really about this thing. But the thing about me, and this is one thing I definitely vibe with you, like, comfort is king, bro.
It's king,
so
bro.
I feel like Yeezy taught me this, man, because I didn't vibe with Yeezys initially because of how they looked. But then somebody was like, no, bro, put them on.
Sure.
Stop it. Put them on your foot, bro. Just stop being like this guy, like you're going to look at shoes from afar. Realize that you're putting a cloud on your feet. Have you ever done that before? And I was like, you know what, man, bun this, man. Let's try it. You get me? Because the thing is, let's even put this out. This is good, right? You're like one of the ones that helped me even get my first pair of Yeezys, bro.
I swear.
You're one of the ones that helped me get my first. Yeah. Bro, I came to you, bro. Like, no, don't get it twisted. I'd already had a huge love for kicks, but I was out the game.
Yeah.
I didn't know about raffles. Okay. I didn't know about all of that stuff, bro.
I remember
you schooled, man. You don't even know. Yeah, bro. You don't even remember, bro. You schooled me, bro.
I remember.
You schooled me. So even though, like, in my mind, in my heart, I've been loving kicks since I was a kid. There was a moment where I stepped out the game and a lot of stuff changed in terms of how you access shoes. You get these raffles, first come, first serves, how these hype drops were being dropped. I was completely out the loop. So when I came into the game, bro, and I'm like, first of all, I'm at church here, and I'm seeing this guy rocking Yeezys at church, and I'm like, bro, this guy's actually, I need to humble myself and move to this cap, brother, and understand where he's getting these kicks, man, because I don't even know how to get them, bro. You schooled me, you like, bro, take my number, blah, 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 like, or whatever, like, and we would go back and forth, like, and you would talk to me about different raffles, how you do it, how the raffles work, and I was like, bro, you get me? The younger generation was hooking up the older generation at that point. You get me? But you taught this old dog a few tricks, bro, and the game changed for man. You get me? Like, and I came back in and I used all of that information to go pick up all of those retros, man. I go pick up the utility blacks, go pick up the Soul 500s, man. Go get my wave runners, man. All of this stuff. So yeah, do you know what? First and foremost, I need to appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro. For taking the time. Thank you for taking the time, man, because I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, honestly, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
I feel like with the sneaker community, it can be a bit snobbish at times. Like, especially...
a little gatekeeperish, man.
Yeah, man. Especially, like, when Yeezys and, like, the Off-White Jordans and those really hype drops first started. Like, I feel like the people that really access those kicks, they weren't too forthcoming with the information, like how to access them. Like, how are you getting these every time, bro? Like, what is going? I'll go into the sneakers app. I'm not getting these. They're not. It's not working for me, bro. The raffles aren't working out for me, bro. But obviously, each one teach one, man. Like, I feel like if I can share the information with somebody and they have a genuine passion for the trainer, the sneaker game, then that's what I'm gonna do, man. Like, I'm not gonna withhold information.
I respect it, man.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, I respect it, man, and I feel like that's one of the most important things in terms of as a community. How we grow. You get me, man? Because I think certain people are not interested in seeing the sneaker community grow, but like that's a very short-sighted view. Because if the community doesn't grow, if it's not thriving, then ultimately it dries up. Money dries up. You get me, man? We need people. We need new generations of people to be involved and love these kicks, man. The guy that was rocking Jordans when they first come out in '85, right, might not still be rocking Jordans when he's 50 or 60. You get me, right? But somebody else that picks them up in their 20 when they're 20 or 30 years old or whatever, that gets into the game, they're as valid as the one that started in the game when they were when it came out in '85. In my mind, you get me. You may not have as much first-hand experience, but as long as you have the passion for the thing, then who's to say what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad? It's all the same in my mind.
Yeah.
So like, no, I appreciate that, man. We need to have a bit more of a collaborative, like, nature when it comes to these things, man. Stop gatekeeping the thing, man. Kicks are kicks. If people ain't buying them, they ain't gonna stop. They're gonna stop making them. You get me? Like,
I feel like it's getting better.
We want them to keep making the kicks.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting better though, because
I hope so.
Especially with Yeezy, I feel like Yeezy at first it was a bit gatekeeperish. Like you could only, I don't even know how people get entitled doves and stuff when they were first dropping. I have no idea how they're getting them, bro. But now, like, it's like there was a point when things were good at Adidas, they were dropping every week, bro. Like it was so easy to get Yeezy at one point.
They were dropping multiple. Yeah, it was so easy. And the thing is, like, I feel like that's also partly why, like for me, like the 350 V2 in my mind is like probably one of the most comfortable, definitely like top 3-4 comfortable shoes ever made or whatever, right? Very, very popular shoe. Probably the most popular Yeezy that's ever come out in terms of a silhouette. More 350 V2s out there than any other Yeezy.
Not the best silhouette, but the most popular for sure.
May not be the best silhouette, and I completely agree in terms of the best silhouette. I don't think it's the best Yeezy, but I think it's definitely the most wearable one, and without a shadow, without the most popular, right? But that in them creating so many colorways, and ultimately some of those colorways weren't even signed off by Kanye, right? It flooded the market and maybe went too hard in terms of like the notoriety and the sort of like the shine of the shoe sort of lost its luster, and ultimately that then fed into other parts of the brand being affected. But nobody can deny, like, I'm saying it was an awesome silhouette. I love the 350 V2, but at a point Adidas just flooded the market, and as good as it is to, like, because I think Kanye even said it himself, he wants everyone to have Yeezys. Like, he wants everyone in the world, everyone should have them, like, and that's how you build like a massive empire, by making them kind of statements. But in the same sense, there's like, I think there was a strategic way they could have done it, and I think they just flooded the market.
Yeah, they did.
Right, so anyway. Yeah. But I think the doors are definitely wide open. Anybody that wants to get a pair of Yeezys, or at least there was a point where if you wanted to get a pair of 350 V2s, there was nothing stopping you getting them for retail. You could easily get them for retail. And I think once, like, let's talk about it now, man. Why not? Let's talk about it now, because we're on the subject, man, of Yeezy. Like, a lot has been talked about in the, like, on social media, on blogs and stuff, that potentially these men are coming back together. The band's getting back together. Like, Adidas have gone back to Kanye, and it's literally Adidas going back to Kanye after realizing they're losing close to $1.3 billion in revenue, which is obviously going to just like destroy their next few quarters or whatever. They've gone back to Yeezy and potentially agreed a deal where they can sell the massive amount of stock that they currently have. It was interesting for me because at the end of last year, the energy that they were coming out with was, we own the IP, we're going to still put them out. But like, it's February now, and there's not been any talk of a Yeezy drop from Adidas. It's not unconfirmed. So we knew that the appetite for Yeezys wasn't going to be there unless Adidas had a connection with Yeezy again.
See, but that's the thing. Is that the reason?
You think about this.
Is that the reason though why they haven't like sold them without him? Because what I don't understand is, well, according to like articles I've read and like the YouTubers that I've seen speak about it, within the contract they own the designs, so they're entitled to sell the product. So I'm not sure if, I don't know, they've done some sort of consumer market research to determine that, you know, even if you do release these, like, there's no appetite for them, there's no purchase intent for it. But yeah, it's weird because they were so adamant. Even, did you see the leaked videos, like the leaked conversations with Kanye West and the
No.
executives. You didn't see that when he was
Wow, I did not see that.
No, I know, and he was apparently showing them videos of Kim Kardashian. It was a weird, left field conversation. I think Kanye was going through one of his phases, man. Like he was Kanye, but if you see the way the execs were looking at him, it's like, why are we partnered with this guy? Like he's an egomaniac. Like that's just the energy they were given in the video. And then it was like they were looking for a reason, they were at their wit's end with Kanye, bro. It's like any reason this guy gives us to drop him, we're gonna drop him. And obviously, the one of the most controversial topics that you can touch on, especially collaborating with a brand like Adidas that's based in Germany, that has that history there. Yeah. You touched on that subject, and they said, "Yeah, we're cutting all ties with Kanye." For them to backtrack like this is nuts. Honestly, it sets some mad precedents, bro. It's very mad. It's money over morals. That is money over everything, bro.
Money over morals, bro. Like, no, and you can't deny. I think we need to take a strong look at Adidas, because in the same sense, I feel like they've done something which, from a sneaker community standpoint, we think is correct. As in, from a designer should be the primary, he should be the person that primarily benefits from their designs, in my opinion.
Sure.
Right? They should be the first person, to benefit from the design. Mm-hmm. If you're understanding after years of amazing work that Kanye ultimately didn't own his designs, that's a shock to me. And that hurts, because that's a black man with a family, but it would have been the same for anybody. I don't want to hear that Tinker Hatfield, right, doesn't get what he's meant to be getting as a designer for these amazing shoes.
Sure.
Like, he should be able to get them. And understand the terms of the agreements are different, but when you're talking about a collaboration versus you work for us as a designer, so it's probably a better example in terms of Jordan. Jordan's a better example, because if you were to hear that Jordan's not benefiting from Jordans, it's like, well, that's nuts.
It's true, though.
He should definitely benefit from that.
That's the case with Jordan as well. That's the case with Jordan. It's just that with Jordan, I feel like he's from a cloth where he's of a different cloth, where he's from a time where, not that they're privileged to work with these kind of corporations and brands, but I guess I would say that, at that time, those kind of stars, they felt more privileged to work with these brands. Like, they're the kind of, we just want to get the work done. It's a blessing to be even working with a brand like Nike and releasing Jordans. But bro, apparently his deal is pretty similar. Where don't get me wrong, Jordan's a billionaire, but obviously Nike gets the lion's share of all of the profits.
The lion's share.
It's nuts, he's not designing anything. Jordan's not designing anything. They're just using it.
No, that's true. I think that's key.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But I think let's put it like this, yeah? Right. And let's just play this out as a scenario. Michael Jordan disassociates himself from the Jordan brand and Nike, right? Do you think people stop buying Jordans? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, they're still buying
Jordans. They're still buying Jordans, bro.
They're still buying.
Too far ingrained into the culture. They're still buying Jordans.
It's too deep in. It's too deep in. So flip this over to Kanye. I still think people would have bought the shoes because the shoes have enough of a notoriety in and of themselves. I just think when it comes to the culture, there was so much negativity associated with them almost taking advantage of Kanye in that deal that it would have potentially messed up their money in the long term. And that's where I think the issue is. I think the short term, sell all of the Yeezys, you'll make the money because people are still going to buy Yeezys. Maybe I'm not, and maybe you're not, but there are a million other people that are not as close to the culture that are still going to buy a very comfortable, breathable pair of shoes. It's not that hard, right? But the issue comes now when you want validation from the culture.
I see what you're saying now.
To be able to push. I'm saying to be able to go in certain directions and get that validation from the culture to say, yeah, we still co-sign this brand, because it's undeniable. Their market share has, the market share has completely come down. And what you said in terms of money over morals is huge, because ultimately what they've said is, you know what, instead of us taking the chance and just putting out these kicks, we need that validation. We need that association. And we know what he said, but burn it, man, because there's a 1.3 million hole in my pocket and I need to feel that thing, bro. I need to feel it, bro. And I've got...
But this is the thing about big corporations in general, I just hate how they seem to make everybody seem so disposable. It's like when times were good, everybody loved Yeezy, the raffles were popping, Adidas confirmed that everything, like Adidas is at the top of their game, should I say, not at the top of the sneaker game, but at the top of their game.
Yeah, of course,
Like it's all roses. But then obviously he does his thing, and then you guys sever ties.
Kanye.
Bro, imagine you're at work, you're working for a big company, and then you make a massive blunder, and they just let you go. It's like, Zach, you're out of here. Bro, that sets some mad precedents, bro. And then not only are you out of here, but the work that you've done for us, we're going to continue to profit off it, regardless.
Boom.
So it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, you could take that one more step, and Adidas was like, and we're going to profit off the work that you've done, and we're going to make it so that you can't do anything else with any other big brand, major corporation.
Nobody would want to work with Adidas again. Like, bro, nobody's going to want to work with you guys.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Like, Adidas came out of this whole thing, or at a point they did, looking as bad as Kanye, who's the one that made the anti-Semitic statements. They came out looking as bad as him, right? Just for the mere fact that the inner workings were revealed, and the fact that the thing that was holding their brand afloat, the thing that was keeping them going, right? I'm saying it's Yeezy, bro. And the profit share, the carve up, the pattern was completely off. Yeah. And I get it, it's big business. They're the one who are putting the money behind it. But they need to eat first. Yeah, I get it, right? But I'm saying you can't deny a worker their wages, and you can't be using stuff after the designer's out the door, man. You can't kick him out and then keep using this thing, man. It's not right. But the thing is, I say it's not right, but it's not wrong business, right? They had the right to do it because legally that's why you put these contracts and things in place, right? But is it the right thing to do morally? Maybe not.
There's a mistake.
Morals and business, that's a funny game.
You know the mistake they made, They came out. They were too fast to come up with a statement. They didn't really assess the situation to the extent that they needed to, man. They didn't evaluate the risks that well.
They needed to read the room better, bro.
Like they should have. I feel like before they made that public statement that obviously everybody, the culture is holding them to now, they should have considered, what are we going to do with all of this stock? What are we going to do with 1.3 billion?
It's a massive question. It's a massive question, right?
What's going to happen?
Like, are you telling me before, when they were around that boardroom and they were like, okay, guys, I've had enough, right? You get me? Kanye's out. Are you telling me stockroom manager wasn't in the room and said, say, Hans or whatever man's name is, like, bro, we got like 3 or 4 factories worth of Kanye thing just sitting there, like, are you sure we don't want to hold off, like, and have like 2 or 3 drops, maybe a Yeezy week, maybe we bring out a Yeezy week before we cut this.
Literally, bro.
Like, we need to do something with this, like, before we cut it off, man, because, boy, like, no, man, it's definitely not a smart move in a business sense, man. But maybe, the thing is, there was obviously a significant amount of change going on at the business. The CEO ended up being removed, new CEO now. Maybe it's just a different vibe in terms of the business. And I think, maybe the culture's changed and maybe they're realizing, you know what, maybe we had a part to play in some of those actions and
because we made them the billionaire.
Like you were saying, in terms of the leak conversation. This is it. In terms of those leak conversations, maybe maybe we contributed to it getting to that point, and we have to take responsibility for the part that we played. I want to understand, because all of this is rumors and innuendo. What I want to understand is, how they make it make sense.
Um,
If they start putting out Yeezys, how do they make it make sense? Do they come up with a statement? Do they come out with a joint statement?
Yeah.
Do they do a do they do a press conference? Do they how do they make it make sense so that people in the culture are like, okay, that's back together now? Or is it solely just sell off the stock and we're still done?
Nah, they couldn't do that. After the big splash they made with that statement, don't get me wrong, Adidas was right to drop him. You're right. You have every right to drop him for those comments.
Business-wise?
Yeah.
I respect it. I understand it.
Yeah. They're right to drop him. But obviously, the splash that they made with those comments, they can't just now just sell the trainers without addressing, the fact that we came out with this massive statement and, we stood on this principle. Now we're backtracking a bit. They would need to come out with some sort of joint statement. Kanye would have to apologize, even though I'm not sure that the apology would be that genuine.
Wow, that's a massive one, bro.
He would have to apologize, bro. He would have to, because it's like, what other justification could they use other than the fact that, we're about to make this massive loss? If he's truly remorseful for his comments and he comes across that way in the statement, then I can see Adidas coming out of this okay. But if Kanye is not willing to play ball and he's going to stand firm on, what he said and whatever, then yeah, they're going to sell the stock. But bro, it won't bode well for not only Adidas collaborations with designers in the future, but business to business collaborations. You get what I'm trying to say? Because that says a lot about their integrity. And yeah, it just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good still.
No, definitely doesn't look good. But one that,
hi there.
So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is PROZECH. PROZECH on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm enjoying TikTok at the moment. So feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I've got a question for you with this whole Yeezy thing, though. Let's say this drop does happen, yeah, and Kanye gives it the green light. Everything's blessed. We're gonna go for one more drop, yeah. What pair of kicks do you need? What pair of kicks do you need out of the last ever Yeezy drop with Adidas? A pair that you couldn't get your hands on.
So, bro, that is a great question. Yeah. That is a great question. And to me, I don't actually get many questions while doing this. I'm usually the one questioning. But in terms of what I need, I need a turtle dove. I need a pirate black, right? I need because I've even got a list somewhere.
That's hilarious.
I need a 750 and a chocolate, and with a glow, and like.
Yeah, I know the
sort of more like greyish
ones.
Yeah, the grey ones, yeah, right. So I need the blacked out ones as well. Like, so I need a whole run of 750s.
Okay.
I need the original 350s. And what else? What else do I really want? Like, I feel like I probably need a second wave runner.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to cock again, so I probably need a second wave runner. Like, bro, I'm so deep in the Yeezy team, right? But I'm a retro guy. Like, these new ones that they're dropping now, I'm not vibing with it. Like, don't get it twisted. If you drop on, like, wearing like they're over there, but like they dropped an all black 350 V2, and I was like, okay, I'll get those because I could just wear them wherever. But like any of these mad colorways that they're coming out, bro, I don't need that, bro. I'm looking at retros only, bro. I look at Kanye's thing similar to how I look at Jordan's thing. Like some of these new colorways that are coming out, I'm not vibing with, bro. But when they drop these,
okay,
I was like, bro, I don't know, but I didn't get the Chicago's, but I clocked that the Chicago colorway was my colorway. That was what I needed. So when they dropped the Lost and Founds, I was like, I'm on, bro. So that's my vibe that I'm on. Like, so that's my list. I need a 750 run back. I need that 1700, the wave runner, just to double up. You get me? Like, so I can put one on ice, and then I need the original 350s, and then I'll be calm on
You'll be. That's a solid list, though. Especially the 750s. I forgot about those, but those, I think they were the first ever Yeezys to drop.
The 750s so hard.
They were the first, Yeezys to drop at Adidas, bro. Yeah,
really. So hard.
I think it was those
so hard. The 750s are so hard.
Yeah. But bro, my list.
Talk to me. What's your list?
They're gonna be surprised with my list, bro. They're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be very surprised with my list, bro. I don't need any of the kicks. Any of the kicks you mentioned. You know. Do you know what I need? I need the boots, bro.
Really?
I need all of the boots.
You're talking 950.
The 950s and
the Yeezy
and the boots. He had a collection of boots that and the early days.
Do you know what? I remember, bro. Because they dropped. I remember like it was a few years ago, and they dropped a Yeezy boot, right? They dropped a Yeezy boot, and like they were just sitting, and I think you were like, bro, those are the ones. Those are the ones I'm trying to get. And I think you ended up popping them, and you were rocking them. And I was like, bro, I don't know if I'm up for these Yeezy boots, man, because they don't really work with my team. But the way that Sosa's moving, man, he's convincing, man. You know, they look good. You know, you've definitely been a Yeezy boot. That gives me like when I see the boots and like the 950s and stuff, that gives me sort of like the Yeezy season vibes, like the original.
Those are the drops I'm talking about. The Yeezy season drops. So apart from the boots that I even grabbed, so those were like the general release ones. They were like these high quality boots that they were doing, bro. The suede panels and the chunky sole. They're not actually called anything. They're just called Yeezy boot. He just had various different iterations of Yeezy boots, bro. I need those. If you see them on StockX now, they're going for like £2,000. And I'm not paying £2,000 for them joints, bro. But yeah, I need the boots, man. I need the boots for sure.
I respect it. I respect it, man. I respect it because I think you're absolutely right. I think in most people's minds, they limit Kanye to the 350 V2 and possibly like stuff like what he did with Nike and or the 700 of the Wave Runner. Like there's certain obviously iconic silhouettes and colorways that he's come out with that like are really, really closely associated with him. But like I'm saying that he did have a wide range of kicks, bro. He actually did have a wide range of kicks. Bro. Like he's literally like in terms of silhouettes, like he definitely covered the whole gamut. He went along the whole line of like what type of person, what type of lifestyle, what type of shoe kind of fits that type of person, and he's gone like all the way from sliders all the way to the construction boots. Like he's gone all the way. You get me? Like so, you have to respect him, man. There was complete. Like there was logic, even in the madness, even in the melee, there was logic in the vibe. Like so, no, I have to respect it, man. And Kanye definitely holds a special place in man's heart, man. I want to see him win. Ultimately, I want to see him do well. You get me? Like he's been through a lot, right? But a lot of it is through his own own hand, and it can't be denied. You get me? Like he suffered a lot because of the stuff that he's done. You get me? So as a man, you got to take responsibility for your actions and that. But I do want to see him win, and especially when you've given so much to the industry, you've given so much to culture. Like you want to see those people win. You get me? Also, like even though he said certain words that are wrong, he's actually not physically like he's not physically hurting.
Apart from a few paparazzi,
like his ideas.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, maybe I was dragged up a couple. Like, Because you know he's not really about that life, right? He's not really that guy. You get me? We've all heard the stories, but the thing is, like, he's not actually hurt anybody. Like, there's people out here that have actually done like terrible things. Like, and if you were to just listen to like the news or the media, it make you feel like Kanye was out here just killing.
They vilify him, bro.
He made some off-color statements. Yeah, they completely vilified him. He made some real off-color statements, stuff that shouldn't be said and stuff that we should be more sensitive to in a time where we're super, super duper sensitive about words, right? So he should have read the room and just been like, you know what, But I've heard interviews where he was like, nobody else in history will ever lose what I've lost over a tweet. And maybe that's what needed to happen for me to be able to change the situation. Like, maybe he'll come out and say, you know what, this is just part of a bigger plan that I had to come out of that contract. You get me? So that we could go back to the negotiation table and I doubt it. And he does right now. You think he doesn't think that long term?
Well,
giving him too much credit.
You don't give this guy too much credit, man. Kanye, he is like of the moment, bro. He's not thinking about today or tomorrow, fam. His brain is so sporadic. He probably doesn't even remember half of the stuff he says.
100%. The amount that he talks, like, I know even from me, like, the amount of podcasts that we do, the amount of conversations, I don't remember all this stuff. That's why I have to always tell the truth.
Literally, bro.
Because if I don't tell the truth, I can't remember what I'm talking about. Like, so, no, I appreciate that, man. With all the stuff that's going on in his mind as well, like, you have to appreciate it. The guy's probably all over the place, man. But bro, I wanna touch on a couple of other things before we back out. You get me? Like, and once again, thank you so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate this, man. It's almost like we did a bit of a Kanye deep dive, man. No. It's been amazing, bro. I really, really appreciate it, man. So in terms of like 2023, like, because for you, like, the way that I look at you, man, I know you got your eye on the scene, and you tend to have your, you know what I'm saying, like, you tend to see things from afar. Are there any brands out there that you're particularly vibing with, that you're expecting big things from in 2023?
Yeah, a few, to be fair. Solomon, they come on with the
interesting
the tech kind of sneaker kind of vibe.
S-Labs, Gorkcore,
yeah. To be fair, for me,
you're not the first person to mention them. Yeah?
They don't really go by spec too well. But I do appreciate them from afar. So I've got a few friends that are really into Solomon's. Yeah, so Solomon's one. Obviously New Balance, bro. I need to get my first pair of New Balances. You know, I need some Jowns, bro.
Bro, I'm the same.
Some Jowns.
Bro, that's what I was trying to get. Those Jowns were so wavy, bro. The Jowns were perfect, and it was a 991, and I feel like the 991 could possibly be my home. I haven't tried them on. I feel like it could possibly be my home. And I saw the Jown drop, and some people don't like Jowns because they think they're too middle of the road. I like Jown because it fits with my silhouette. They always use colorways, and they always have a bit of an understated, calm style about them. So their collabs are always like they're non-offensive. They're never offensive. And if you're talking for a first shoe, a Jown shoe is not even a bad shoe to go for, because it's not going to be a crazy like colorway. It's going to be wearable. You get me? And we were talking about timeless. Like, this is the kind of things we're looking at. We're looking at wearable pieces, like a Jown, like the Bape that they did with Bape. I thought, it's basically white, but it was so clean. It was so clean. You get me? Like, so I'm a fan of Jown, but those Jowns are crazy, bro. Bro, if you're getting involved, man, see if they've got a 12, and we might.
I'll sort you out if I can, bro.
You get me? I have them chats, bro. I'll try.
No promises.
Bro.
I'm struggling myself.
I appreciate it. I'm the thrill. Bro, and the thing is, New Balance, I need to talk to you directly. New Balance, your website is terrible when it comes to drops, bro. I've never been able to get anything off your website. And I'm gonna be real, I think you're infested with bots. I'm just being real. I'll put it out there. Them man are infested with bots. Them man are infested with bots. That first come, first serve thing don't work on New Balance's website, man. You're in the queue. You be in the queue for 4 hours, and it's going to tell you that everything is sold out, bro. So yeah, I'm not vibing with that, man. But yeah, I'll definitely vibe. Like, I also really like the 2002 protection pack that last year.
Protection pack was lovely.
I feel like, I think that was a nice move, and I feel like they definitely got legs. They're taking a huge, like, they're definitely, like, in terms of market share, they're up 10%. They're fully second in terms of money, in terms of market share. They are 100% second. Like Adidas is on about 3, 4, 5%. New Balance is on about 12%. But the thing is that 10% that New Balance has come up is mainly come from Jordan Brand and Nike. So Jordan Brand, instead of them being at 85%, are now on about 70% market share. And when you're 70% of the market, you are the market, right? So I think, you know what I'm saying, it's a minus to them. You get me? So like New Balance have definitely come up, man. The 327, the 550, and then obviously all the 99s and the 2002s. They've had amazing stuff with their collaborations as well. You mentioned John, but also Slade Bembry, Joe Freshkers, Bodega. Like they like Amy Lee and Dora as well. Like they've done really, really well. So yeah, big up on New Balance, man. I'm a big fan. I need to get my first pair of New Balance this year. I went in for the 1906 protection pack, but even though they were super comfortable, I just didn't feel the silhouette in the end, so I ended up moving them on.
Brands, but in terms of kicks I've got my eye on this year, bro, I need to add some Travis Jordan 1s to the collection, bro. It's been long overdue. It's been long overdue, bro. Bro,
you are actually the man. Them fragment lows, bro, they are on my list. Them fragment lows are so wavy, bro. I really, really vibe with the fragment lows because it's so wearable, man. That colorway was so good with the pink laces, bro. It will take me to another level, bro. You get me, like, God knows my heart, man. Yeah, so definitely I'm definitely vibing with you on that, bro.
Listen, honestly,
because the thing is, I don't really have much heat. That's a heater, bro. That is a heater.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a bot shoe, man. You know, there's a certain class of shoes, I call them bot shoes. It's like, these are the shoes that all of the bots
talk to me.
Sweeped up. Now you're having to, it's only for the guys that are willing to pay £1,000+ to get them. That's a bot shoe, man. Really,
I feel like I'm going to have to get used, bro.
Used?
I'm probably have to dip into the used market.
No, Zach, come on.
Nah, bro. We need to open our minds up to this, bro, because the thing is, number one, I'm a size 12. So already, in a size run, I was limited, right? So to get a DS pair, of fragment, like Travis Lowe's, right? Bro, what money am I putting down on these pair of shoes with a baby and a missus, bro, and a mortgage and that?
Thing,
bro, come on, man.
Because even with the used pair, you're still going to pay a lot of money for a used pair of shoes, bro. It's going to be a lot still.
Mm-hmm. But obviously it's not going to be as much as if it was DS. Now, obviously the preference is DS, and if they run it back, I'll definitely go in for it, and I'll go in heavy. And I know some man that bought it, so now I'll pay them a little bit extra to get me involved, but nah, bro. Like I have to be real with myself. Like there's certain kicks on my grail list that are like they're never gonna come back out again, and like I need to think like, okay, what is the most realistic way of getting it? So definitely on the used thing. I've not pulled the trigger. I've not found a used pair of shoes that I wanted to buy yet, but I'm open to it.
Even the used thing.
I'm open to it. So any size 12s out there with some heat, you can holler at me direct, man. You know where to
with the used thing, you open up a whole new kind of worms, because now it's like, how do I legit check these? How do I confirm these are the real deal?
True.
Like you're not going through those avenues, you know what I mean? Unless you go through eBay, you know, they got their verification process now.
Yeah, eBay do the legit thing.
Used pairs as well.
Yeah, eBay do the legit thing, and obviously with these types of shoes, and with these type of things, obviously you know you're buying them from You're not buying them off of Facebook Marketplace. I'm not getting these off of Depop, bro. Nah, I'm definitely getting these authenticated before it's coming to the yard, bro.
But going back to Adidas, I also need the Sean Weatherspoons. I remember I mentioned them to you the other day. The Ortegos. I said the Ortegos. You know the recent ones he released. The Ortego colorway. I forgot what they're called.
Oh my days.
Bro, what's wrong with them, bro? Bro, those with some shorts in the summer.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's a no-brainer.
Like, so I'm looking at, hold tight. Is it, cause I'm looking at all of, so you, Sean Witherspoon, Atmos, Super Turf.
No,
is
it's
it
all
the
Ketro. That's it. All
the
Ketro,
Super Earth, Superstar?
No, it's the Sean Weatherspoon All Ketro.
Oh yeah, the Ketro, the unapologetic.
Yes, bro.
I remember you sent it to me. You sent it to me, and what did I say when you sent it to me, bro? I said, "Yeah, bro, that's you, bro."
Bro, you don't see
is,
vision now. Trust me. When you see me,
you ain't gonna.
Up in the
You are gonna have. Okay, what I'm gonna let you know right now, Sosa, is you're gonna have no trouble getting those kicks. You're gonna have zero.
Bro, I
did not win getting those shoes. I'll tell you that now.
Bro. Did not win.
All right. Yeah, you didn't wake up on time, bro. Yeah, all right. I'm saying you were sleeping, bro, because boy, these man there, The thing is, Sean Witherspoon, I feel like he's a glass half full guy, bro, because he's gone over to Adidas, and everything he's done since he's been there has been trash, bro. Let's be real. Everything that he's come out with, bro, has been there.
Are you being serious,
bro? Like, so he's a glass half full, bro. He went from ZX Fluxes to Superstars, bro. The silhouette catalog is not there, bro. It's not there for him.
I give these designers slack though, bro, because obviously I work in a big corporation myself, so I know the hoops that you have to jump through. Sometimes you don't get access to all of these kicks, like the silhouettes that you want to work on. They're not just gonna let you touch their most coveted, their most classic kick like that straight away. You may have had like a clause in the contract where, let's see what you do with the Fluxes first. Let's see what you, because obviously Fluxes at a time, they were big, they were doing big things for Adidas.
Yeah.
Obviously they dipped off, so maybe they said, listen, the Fluxes aren't doing so well, try and resurrect these, then we'll move you on to maybe the Samba, then we'll move you on to maybe the Shell Toes or whatever.
If you started talking about a Gazelle or a Samba, then I'm gonna chat to you, bro. But bro, he's a glass half full guy because he keeps on coming out with these weird and wonderful kicks, bro. And I'm like,
bro, you've got some proper samples.
Like, go back to that and get me a 97.1.
Samples coming out though, bro.
Get me a 97.1 Ace.
Yeah, bro. They got some knit, like they made out of some knit material. They're coming out.
Bro, the this sustainability thing, how are you big on this sustainability thing?
Sustainability, bro, I don't feel like that's my job, if I'm completely honest, bro. It's not my job.
It's not
my job, bro. That's what we pay taxes for, bro.
I'm not really here for that,
bro. That's the government's job. The government and the big corporations that cause the environmental issue in the first place, those should be the ones to sort it out, bro. They also be the ones to
100%. And I completely agree with that. That's 30. I 100% agree with that, man. Because, without a shadow of a doubt, all of these companies that have been making billions over the years with their questionable practices certainly should be the first ones. You know me? Like, so big up ESG and all them ones there, man. Make sure your thing is sustainable. You get me, these big corporations, but don't flop my kick because of sustainability. Please, don't try and use that as an excuse, bro. Don't flop my kick because of that, bro. You get me, man? Let me live my life, man. Let me live, man. Try me. You get me? Man. But Sean Witherspoon, man, the 97, they're definitely on my list. The 97.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely on my list. They're definitely they're heavy shoes, man. So I respect Sean Witherspoon and I respect his attitude to this collaboration because I feel like he's definitely tried to make the best of the situation. You get me? And at the time when he went over, I feel like that was the best place for him. Like, in looking back now, maybe New Balance would have been a better spot. You get me? Because I feel like they've got more in terms of silhouettes. But at the time he moved over, it would have been easy. I think looking back now, it's easy for me to say that. But at the time, Adidas definitely was a smart move because they were firmly second and it made sense. So I'm not mad at him. I feel like he's actually made the best of a bad situation. But be real, it's a bad situation. I think you can agree.
It's hit and miss, bro. It's hit and miss, but it's hit and miss. But honestly, I like Sean. He thinks outside of the box. He thinks outside of the box. That's the main thing. That's what I'm looking for with trainers these days, man. I like when it comes to, like, you know, when Nike saturates the market and they just rehashing the dunk time after time, rehashing the Jordan 1. Bro, think outside the box, man. Do something different. Like, just do something different, man.
No, I respect that, man. And I caught the dunk wave as well, man. But they just went so deep in with it. Like, Nike really do have a. They obviously, because they're so strong in the market, they really just have a way of just flooding everything out and just like superfluous, weird, unimaginative, unnecessary colorways. Everybody like, and the quality of the shoes just going down and down and down and down because they're pumping them out at such a pace, and it's like, bro, like, and then obviously, like, the actual value of the shoe diminishes because of how many shoes there are in the market as well. So it's a lot, man. Do you have, because I know you've got opinions, do you have any quote unquote sneaker icks, things that you don't like to see in terms of kicks or in terms of things that people do with their kicks?
Yeah, I do. I think it's pretty blasphemous when you'll take like a beautiful shoe, like a Wave Runner, for instance, But this is just the snob in me, though, isn't it? This is me more of like as a fashion guy.
No, but I'm here for it, bro. Bougie it all the way up. Bougie it all the way up, man. I'm
more of a fashion guy, though, because you can have an amazing like pair of trainers on, but if the outfit's not making sense, I'll see, like, you know, at the point where they'll releasing Wave Runners and like they'll mass producing them, then everybody had a Wave Runner, but everybody has Wave Runners now. Then you'll just see the guy that, you know, he's not really into trainers too much, sneakers too much now. He's wearing them with like the boot cuts, or like he's wearing them with he might even be wearing like the Zara joggers from like 2016, bro. It's like, look, he's just thinking, as long as I've got these on, I'm good, bro. I'm keeping up with the times. Like, no, it's more than that.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
The ensembler has to be ensembler, bro. It has to measure up. You get me?
Well, that's one thing I used to say back in the day, and I think it was more prevalent with like fake designer shoes, right? Or fake designer bags. Is like when people when they would say like, oh, that person, like, do you think what they're wearing is fake? And I would say, first and foremost, right, people that tend to be of a certain status in life in terms of their finances, right, don't tend to just have one piece. You get me? Like, it will be combined with other things. So people don't just tend to have one amazing pair of shoes and the rest of their outfit is from Primark, bro. It don't usually go that way. Usually they build it all up together so that it makes sense because it's a lifestyle for them, right? So if I'm walking along, right, and let's say I go into Primark and I see somebody with a Louis bag in Primark, right? My first instance, right, isn't assuming that's 100% real. It may be, right? But in my mind, I'm like, the whole thing don't really make sense. And if it don't make sense, then usually it's not right. Yeah, usually it's not right. So if I see it back in the day, especially if I see a dude rocking Yeezys when Yeezys were really, really popping, I see a dude rocking Yeezys, but his whole fit is off. I know that it's not right. I know that Yeezys are not their feces, bro. I know they're not the real thing. You get me? But that's just the mental math that I make in my mind. It's not like I'm going up to them and saying, bro, you have to, although I've done videos like that, and those were all pranks, by the way. They were just jokes, right? But like, it's not like in my mind I'm like, don't think any less of them, but it's just like, be real with it. You don't have to buy a fake Yeezy when you could buy a real pair of Nikes. You could buy like an Air Force One, you could buy Air Max One. Like, there's so many real kicks that
yeah,
you could buy, probably for the same amount of money it costs for you to buy a fit easy.
yeah. But that's the thing. I completely hear what you're saying. But with me anyway, I tend to do the high-low thing. So what you're saying with like, people like they dress it all up, they're not just gonna have one designer or one luxury piece. Like the whole fit is gonna be making sense. But for me, bro, honestly, like cost of living, I mix the high with the low, bro. So I may have like £1,000 jacket on with £500 trainers, but the jeans may be £60. The hoodie may be, I don't know, like from Gap or something for like £30 or something. You know what I mean?
Bro,
But I'm speaking more about the aesthetic,
I get
more
it.
the look,
I get it.
the way they
And I
drop
think this
it
is
what I'm concerned about. Yeah.
no, and this is where I'm completely the same. Like I'm completely the same, and I want to make this clear. And if I wasn't clear before, I'll definitely clarify that. Like mixing Zara joggers or like H&M or Burton's with your like more like with your more upscale pieces, bro. That's whatever, bro. It is what you're saying though. It's a whole vibe. Like, and if it just looks like everything's like bargain basement, and then £1,000 shoes, that just doesn't make sense, right? But the thing is, it's a whole look, and just because like your shoes are the most expensive thing you're wearing doesn't mean that everything you have to wear is expensive. I get that, and I appreciate that, but it's a look though. It's a look, because those people have thought about what they're wearing. Those people are actually like they're contemplating, they're making the fit in their mind, they're putting pieces together, they're engaged. It's not let me just throw these clothes in together and then bro. You can tell the thought process behind these things. So I'm definitely on that wave. I'm definitely on that wave because like why not? Like I've got H&M cargos on, and I'm wearing my Pat Tommy Hilfiger thing right now, and I'm like, bro, it is what it is, bro. Like H&M is what like.
Got the Acne on,
Acne there, right there. I'm saying, like, there you go. Like, you throw your fits on the way you want to throw them on. Like, sometimes it just goes that way, man. You get me? Well, you got brands like FOG Essentials, they're one of the ones that opened it up for all of that as well, bro. They opened it up for all of that because that's a middle of the road sort of thing that helps everybody sort of get to where they want to get to in terms of being able to wear quote unquote luxury athleisure or whatever. Like, but on a budget, you get me? On a budget, you can mix your pieces with those and it still makes sense. You get me? Like, so it goes all the way up and down. But I get, in terms of other icks, what else you saying?
What other icks do I have specifically with trainers? I've got an ick.
Bro, this one sounds juicy, bro.
Bro, you know the ick thing, well, the trainer thing, sorry, should I say? Bro, it really, like, how you lace up your trainers makes a big difference as well, you know? Bro, it makes such a difference, bro. The bunny ears can't be like, you can't.
Massive difference, bro.
Like, it's like you're doing Forrest Gump, you're about to, Forrest Gump's running home, like, you're tying them all the way out, and,
Bro, bro. Them big fluffy ears, bro. Them Bugs Bunnies, bro, it's not necessary.
Your ankles in a chokehold, man.
Chokehold.
No, bro, like, definitely how.
I want that, bro.
Definitely how you lace up the kicks for sure. Like, because I feel like. I was gonna say I feel like with certain kicks, they have to be laced a certain way for them the potential to be maximized. You get
Even
me?
bang the right way.
100%.
100%. I'm definitely feeling you on that, man. I hate when I see laces like tied up, especially when it's that crisscross pattern and it's super tight. Like when it's crisscross pattern and it's super tight. Like, let the kick breathe, man. Let your foot breathe, man. No, I'm not on that, man. I'm not on that, man. Definitely feeling that, bro. Bro, I respect it.
To give me the ick now.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's a sad departure for me because honestly, this again, especially like within the corporate world. So in my job, like obviously pre-COVID anyway, obviously we went into the office every day, but it's a dress down every day kind of vibe, and it's very casual. It's not even business casual. It's like wear what you want kind of thing. But at the time, obviously, I was still new to the company, so I want to do the dress down thing, but I still want to be a bit smart about it. You know what I'm trying to say? So my go-to was the Comme des Garçons Converse, bro. That was the shoe for me. But bro, the way they've saturated that again is the Fiat 500 shoe for me now, bro. I used to love those.
Wow, I love that shoe, man.
Bro, it's got a special
I
place
do
in my
love those
heart,
shoes.
but yeah,
I don't wear them as much now.
It's not gonna work out.
Yeah, massively. I think I saw you rocking them. I think that was one of the ones, like, and shout out to Nicole. She did the podcast back in the day as well. I think I saw you wearing them. I think I saw Nicole rocking them as well. If you haven't seen that podcast, need to go check that one out as well. But yeah, like when I saw you rocking them, I was like, bro, that shoe looks good on men and women. So yeah, I hear you. But the thing is, yeah, I hear you. I hear you in the sense that it had a moment and it maybe just like there's been a lot of restocks. It's eminently gettable as a shoe. Like you'll always be able to get like a Comme des Garçons, Chuck 70. So, and they have tried to revamp them and do different colorways and stuff, and they never really banged as hard. I
call that the office. That's the office shoe. Like, that's the office shoe. Office as in like the brand office. That's the staple.
Yeah. You could always get that from office.
That's the office shoe.
You could always get that from office. 100%. I respect it. But I love that silhouette. It definitely has a special place in my heart, as you said. But I hear what you're saying, man. It's been overdone. But I'll still draw for them every so often, man, because I feel like they're super clean. But yeah, they just don't get as much. It's funny that you said that because like they've been literally, I just moved them. They've literally just right over there.
Peaking.
Right. I got my black Yeezys just on top of them, just in the corner, like just off camera, like to just sit in there, like, and it's just one of them ones where it's like it just like. It's an easy shoe to wear if you're just trying to be like, kind of smart casual. But yeah, it just doesn't get as much play nowadays, man. But yeah, definitely a special place in my heart, man. I respect it. I want to ask you a question, right? It's a little bit weird, right? Well, not weird actually, but it's definitely. I feel like this is a famous question now, and I call this desert island kicks. Yeah. So don't know how this happened, but you're washed up on a desert island. Yeah. Don't know how you got there. Don't know if you're ever gonna be rescued. Hopefully you will be one day, right? God willing, man. You get me, but. You got 2 pair of kicks with you. What I'm trying to understand is what are the 2 pairs of shoes you have with you on that island and why?
That's a very, very good question. Well, if we're truly on a desert island, that means that there's going to be 2 weather conditions that I have to bear in mind whilst I'm out there. So obviously days is going to be very hot, very humid. I was on a desert island right now. But at the same time, so I can't. So
bro, I like it.
And I'm gravitating towards something like slide related, but I still need that rigidity to make sure whatever I'm stepping on, like get me, like there's that firm.
Doesn't get. Yeah. Come on, man. I like the mind process. I like the process.
So I think for my first pair, I think I'm going with the foam runners. You know, I think I'm going with the foams. Yeah.
Super hard chest. Very good chest.
No laces.
Very good chest.
Low maintenance.
Yeah, that's a solid
very shot. Breathable. They're like a slide. They're elevated slide. You get me? There's a slide with more utility. To be honest, I could either do the foam runners or Crocs. They're interchangeable for me.
Yeah, no. I hear that. And I agree. I'm of the same opinion.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
my
both right now.
second pair, so obviously we've spoken about the hot and humid days where, I need something comfortable, but it needs to be breathable as well. But now there's going to be days when, I don't know, there might be monsoon season, bro. It might be a thunderstorm on the horizon out in the distance. So I need a shoe that's going to keep me well insulated. Bro, this might sound mad, but I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna draw for some Gore-Tex Timberlands or something, you know, some Gore-Tex Tims or some I don't know, some Wellingtons or something. But I'm thinking very practically here. We're not thinking about drip here, bro.
No,
Yeah, I'm thinking
you're thinking
practicality, bro.
practically, and I
Maybe
respect
it
it.
might be like a Chrome
I
Hearts
respect it.
Timberland, bro. You know, you get me, like maybe a little designer Tim, like Chrome Hearts or Supreme Tim. So I still got the little drip going on, but I've still
yeah,
but
you got a
I'm
little
trying to
bit
save
of
my
drip,
life here.
but
I'm not trying to get gangrene or anything like that. You get me, like so. Yeah, I need the foot protected, bro. Yeah,
scurvy.
bro.
I'm not trying to get scurvy,
I'm not trying to get what's it tetanus, like the rust thing, like none of that, bro. Like yeah.
Oh, for real? No,
So
no,
yeah,
no,
that
no,
would
none of
probably
that,
be
none of that, none of that.
my
That's
go-to
hilarious.
still. Very practical.
That's
Yeah.
a great answer, man. Very practical, makes a lot of sense. The reason why I like to ask that question, right, is just so I can understand the mindset of the people that I'm talking to, man. To understand sort of like what's the most prominent thing in your mind. Like the fact that you went to practicality and function over drip. You get me? Some people are like, bro, I might get rescued like next week, so I need to make sure that when I get rescued I'm looking hard. You get me? Like so boom, you get me? Like I need whatever to do that. Yeah, like so people pattern it up differently, but yeah, I like how you did it, man. You came at it, you showed your working, the mindset was strong.
That's a good question,
good thought process.
That's a good question.
You get me? Like can't deny the Croc foam runner is definitely a shoe that definitely gets a lot of love in terms of this particular question, because it definitely covers a lot of areas in terms of practicality, breathability. It's sort of land and sea. It's easy, right? Definitely a shoe that's easy. It's usually that second one that's the one that really shows. You get me? Like, so it's definitely interesting that you went with the Gore-Tex. And I was like, well, Gore-Tex makes sense because it's so like hard wearing and strong, like as a material. So it's gonna keep you insulated and protected. So like, definitely like your mind, bro. I like how your mind was working on that.
Stay alive, you know.
I like how your mind was working on that. If there was one shoe that you had to wear for the rest of your life, can't change it. It can't be multiple colorways. It's one shoe, one colorway for the rest of your life, right?
Bro,
what is that shoe?
That's a mad question. And I know a lot of people, and this is why I'm going to try and be different here. I know a lot of people have come and said, you know, Air Force One and why, or blah. I know you've heard the answer 101 times now. So I'm going to try and come from left field on this one.
To be fair, I haven't even asked this question in this latest iteration of the podcast. So I think you're probably going to be, and then a lot of people are not going to have heard this question before. So you're going to be the first one to give an answer, man. I don't know whether that makes it easier or harder, but you're going to be the first one to give an answer for this.
I'll set the
in a long time.
This one then. Wow, one shoe. That is a crazy question for life. So this is
one
every
shoe
occasion,
for life.
Come rain or shine.
Every occasion, rain or shine.
That's insane. Yeah, bro. Because you're saying church, wedding,
super tough question.
Work,
everything.
Oh, gym. I have to consider gym as well. Very important. Bro,
this is it, bro.
Honestly, I love this shoe so much, and I've said it to my boys repeatedly. It's probably gonna have to be the Sacai's, you know, the Vapoir Waffles, bro. The black and white pair, the black and white pair. Bro, I think that's my favorite train of all time.
I feel like that's workable.
Right? Yeah, honestly,
really,
bro. That I've even got a pair here right now, bro. My pair's beat up right now. I need to get another pair of these, bro. I need another pair. I got them in the other colorway as well, in the villain red. But yeah, no, I think it'll be the Sacai Vapoir Waffles. You know, honestly.
I respect it. I definitely respect it. It's super comfortable shoe.
It's a weird one. I know your reaction.
It's a little bit of
it's
a weird one because in my mind, like having not necessarily answered the question, but like in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Like you said, like an Air Max 1 is an easy one to draw for. Like An Air Force One would be an easy one to draw for.
Even like a Stan Smith, like that kind of vibe. Yeah.
What else? Like Stan
Yeah.
Smith is a smart one to go for. Maybe like a Yeezy, because I'm saying it goes from in to out, gym to walk in, like, especially if you've got a decent colorway, like it could work. But yeah, the Vapor Waffle, from a comfort perspective, definitely a hard shoe. You can dress them up or kind of dress them down in a way, because obviously they've got that Sacai element as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely a piece of notoriety around it, because it is a decent looking shoe. You'll get you some attention as well. You get me? You'll be that Sacai guy for the rest of your life. It's true. You get me? Like, no, interesting shoe, man. I respect him, bro. I respect it. The mindset is interesting, bro. Like, but what I like is just the mindset around it. I like the thought process. I like just making people think along these terms for just a few minutes and say, you know what, truly, because we're now at a place where now we can say, oh, Sosa, we know your favorite shoe. Honestly, that is your favorite shoe of all time. You get me, man? And that, and ultimately, a lot of times, that's the shoe that most people are gonna go for. They're gonna go. Their mind is gonna force them to pick their favorite shoe of all time. Whether they, and this is it, whether you know it's the favorite shoe or not, that's gonna. And the thing is, it may not be able to be all things to all men. It may not work in the gym. But that is the price you're making. That is the price you're paying to have the shoe you love for the rest of your life. That is the price you're paying.
Them in the rain.
I'm saying,
you know, so on those days, I'll stay indoors.
This is it. That's the price you're paying. You know what I mean? This is it. I'm saying work from home though. You get me? You make it work. You make it work, man. Okay. I love it, bro. I love it. All right, bro. What we're gonna do right now? We're gonna do some quick fires. You ready? Right. With these quick fires, man, I just want you to talk from your heart.
Sure.
Answer from your chest, man. I don't want no dilly-dally, man. I'm going to read the question as fast as it's going to come out, because I don't read great. But I want your answers to be sharp. You get me? Right? Now, I'm going to be honest. There's some deeper ones in here. So, yeah, I'm going to be real. Just get me the answer as quickly as you can, yeah? Right? And we're going to start right now in 3, 2, 1. Big one to start. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
New Balance or Adidas?
Adidas. Can
you wear Nike and Adidas together, yes or no, under any circumstances?
No, I'm sorry, my friend. I don't
it's absolutely fair. What's your Jordan number?
6.
Favorite non-Nike / Adidas brand?
Non-Nike / Adidas brand for trainers.
For anything, right? But give me for anything, and give me for trainers as well. Might be both. Yeah, you're a Stony guy all day.
Trainers. Ooh. That is a mad one. That's how Nike and Adidas have a monopoly on my wardrobe. Wait, what other? Margellas, Mace Margellas, yeah.
Okay, we have to respect it. Yeah, that's valid. YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok?
Instagram.
Respect it. Your favorite collaboration?
That's an easy one for me. Obviously, I'm not going to do the Sacai. I'll do the Raf Simon, Adidas Oswego. Yeah.
Respect it. Vans or Converse?
Converse.
Laces or slip-ons?
Woo! I'll say slip-ons these days, you know.
Flip-flops or sliders?
Come on. You talking about the thong flip-flop with the thongs between your big toe? Nah, bro. The G-string joints, nah. Bro.
Allow the G-string joints.
Nah, leave that to Uncle. No.
Oh, man. Bro, we respect it. Default laces, or are you doing patterns with your laces?
Nah, default, bro. We'll keep it plain and simple.
Are you customizing your shoes or you default settings?
Free to the cause.
Alright. Love that. Socks or barefoot?
Barefoot, don't judge me.
Really? Do you know what? No judgment from me, because I sometimes do barefoot thing as well. My thing is, like, sometimes I'm thinking about the longevity of the shoe.
Wait.
So I feel like, okay, with the barefoot thing.
In trainers, like actual. Oh, you think I'm a psychopath?
In trainers?
My trainers with no socks on. Oh, you guys just contact socks on, bro. I thought you meant like around the house, sleeping.
But we are on a sneaker podcast.
Bro. No, I'm not a psychopath, bro. I need some socks on, bro.
Oh my days.
I need socks.
Okay, but are you? But when you're talking about shoes, yeah, because now you flipped it on me. When you're talking about like foam runners and like slides and like Crocs and stuff, socks all the way, or you can rock them without socks.
Slides, nah, it's interchangeable, bro. I think
that's my thing. I think so. I think so.
Traditional trainers, bro.
But man said, but am I a psychopath? Oh my days, that's hilarious. Washing machine or hand wash your shoes?
So I was on your page the other day. I think he's the blue water. What's that shop called on Blue Water again?
Crep Collection Club. Crep Collection Club.
Washing
it was
machine.
George. Yeah, George Sullivan, bro, CEO of Sosa, bro, biggest sneaker media company in the whole of Europe, bro. Man said, yeah, I put my Off-White Air Force Ones in a washing machine. Come at me.
That is
all the smoke, bro. Yeah, and I'm not stopped coming at him since.
Bro. Like, they need to... Bro.
Oh, bro, he's a good guy. He's a mad one, though, for that, bro.
Definitely
mad one for that.
Washing, bro. It's like... Get me some Crep Protect or Jason Marks. Yeah, I'm good to go, bro.
Yeah. I respect it. Lows, mids, or highs?
Growing up, I was a high guy, but I think I'm lows now, I think I'm the lows still. Highs just gives Space Jam now. It gives me Space Jam vibes, bro. So I don't need the highs these days, man. Unless they're like Rick Owens or something, I don't do the highs,
I respect it. And the last quick fire question: triple blacks,
white on whites, bro.
Or white on whites?
Yeah, I'll leave the triple blacks for the murderers.
I hear that, bro.
I need to. Y'all need to see me. You don't see these. I'm not a triple black guy at all.
First and foremost, congratulations for completing your quick five, bro. Congratulations, well done, man. You did well, fairly unscathed, man. Fairly unscathed still. Before I let you go, man, I just have a couple more questions. I want to know, from your perspective, in terms of the word sneakerhead, what does that term mean to you?
Sneakerhead. I feel like that's somebody. Okay, let's actually dissect the word, innit? Because obviously, growing up, you would hear like people that are like, I don't know, like drug addicts called crackheads, because obviously they're heavily into crack, So for whatever reason, you can be a functioning crackhead, you can be one of the streets. What about? Well, listen, it is what it is. That's your vice of choice. But so with sneakerhead, I kind of equate it to an obsession with sneakers. So it doesn't matter if it's the most hype stuff.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's like general release stuff. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sketches, bro. Like, you're just heavily like invested into a particular segment of the sneaker market. So yeah, that's all it means to me. Even if that means you're selling the sneakers, as long as you're not just doing it solely for profit, if there is some sort of admiration for it, then yeah, I would call you a sneakerhead too, because you wouldn't call an art dealer, you wouldn't say an art dealer is not into art or a watch dealer is not into watches just because they're selling them on. They still have an admiration for it, and they see the value in it, obviously, because they decided to add this to like their streams of revenue, of income. So Yeah, no, I think anybody that has any association or any investment into sneakers whatsoever is a sneakerhead in my book. Yeah.
I respect the answer, man. And with all of that being said, Sosa, are you a sneakerhead?
I guess, yeah, given that definition, I would say I am. But these days, I'm more of like I'll say I'm more of like a fashion guy. Still, I'm trying to get in my fashion bag, bro. Yeah, but yeah, sneakerhead's definitely part of the identity for sure.
And I respect that, man. I respect that. And I think the definition that you came up with, I think is absolutely fair. I don't think we can do, and people I've been on the podcast previously and said, like, if you just sell kicks, then maybe you don't fall into the sneakerhead category. But a lot of resellers are selling kicks just to buy their kick. You get me?
Same.
Like, I know I did a lot of that as well, like early days. And I do that now. Like, I use the money I make on my kicks to buy the ones I really want. You get me? There's a massive amount of admiration and love and passion that go into it. Like, and you see the value in it to the point where you actually see these as viable investments. Like, it's levels, bro. It's definitely levels to the thing. And I'm sure there's different types of sneakerhead, like you alluded to as well.
Exactly.
There are like the purists. There are the ones that like are focused on investments. They're the ones that sort of like the hype beasts. Like, there's so many different types.
Exactly.
I think they're all valid in different ways, man. I don't think one is more important than the other. I think everything is valid, and I think it all works. And for there to be a thriving ecosystem, you need all the types to work together. You need all of them to work together, man. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. And 100% Kicks Chronicles certified, sneakerhead, man. Sosa, like, you did it, man. You're definitely certified, bro. Certified. Lastly, I mean, I just need to thank you once again, man. Marathon man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You did your thing. Like, I don't know whether we'll use every single bit of it, because it is the longest podcast I've ever done, without a shadow of a doubt. But without a shadow of a doubt, bro, you're number one, bro, in terms of length, bro. Like, pause, but you're number one.
It was overdue, though, bro. It was overdue. We've been meaning to do this since 2020 now, haven't we?
No. We've been meaning to this for a minute, man, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time, bro. And as I said earlier, man, thank you, man, because like you helped bring me in, bro, and give me some and school me to the game and made me understand certain things, man. And look at us now, bro.
All the time, man.
You get me? God is good, bro. God is good. So yeah, like, obviously this has been your Kicks Chronicles. Let the people know, because obviously millions and millions of people are gonna watch this, bro. So you're gonna get mad heat off of this. You get me? Like, so. Let the people know how they can get in contact with you. Let the people know what you got going on.
Thanks for having me, bro. Obviously, as I said, we've been discussing sneakers for quite a while now, so it's good to finally sit down with you and get in depth with things. But yeah, for the guys that want to reach out to me, contact me, Sosa Fourth Quarter on Instagram. What have I got going on? Taking every day as it comes, bro. You know, just working, thriving, trying to get on with it. But yeah, so it's a fourth quarter for those that want to contact me, reach out. Yeah, up for any discussions. Yeah, man.
Nah, we like that, man. We're bringing people together, bringing the culture closer together, man. Let's do it. If you've enjoyed Sosa on this podcast, make sure to go shout him, let him know that you enjoyed the podcast. And yeah. Like, yeah, I've loved having you on, bro. You already know, man. So much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time you've given. Like, in general, bro. Yeah, man, it's live, bro. But yeah, man, people. It's been another episode of Kicks Chronicles with an amazing guest. You get me? Sosa's been in the building, man. He blessed us with his time. You get me? People. make sure to let us know your thoughts. Obviously, comments, reviews, all of that, man. We respect it. You already know what it is. I've been your boy PROZECH. This has been Kicks Chronicles, and until I see you more down the roads, stay blessed. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.